really need a haircut. I was just checking myself out because it's Super Saturday. Football fever is there, but the cricket energy is always up and running on cricket.com. My name is Avnish Hegde, and of course, joined in by Akshay Kumaraswamy. How are we, Akshay? On a fine Saturday.
Yeah, we're doing really good. Just heard a stat from our statsman since 2018. Teams.
One second, it's all kicking off
That's a six, boy.
Now, before I even set context to introduce my co-panelist, Kyle Mayers has taken Akshay Patel downtown to Florida. It's happening in Florida, by the way. Back-to-back T20 internationals on this weekend. It's a double-header, so to speak. If you guys know, you know. And before we could even talk us through and what we have, the agenda for the watch-along, honest to God, like this, Kyle Mayers is not going to hold back. India, again, exploring with spin in the power play. So keep your comments coming through. I really appreciate all you guys who
liked
this particular video so far. He goes inside out over cover this time. It might trickle away for 4.
No, it doesn't. No, that's the outfield's really slow.
Very sluggish. I think there could have been some rain overnight.
True.
But look, West Indies winning the toss and deciding to bat first. If you guys are wondering what the hell are we screaming about already, it's 9 for 1, 4 balls in. So
9 for no loss.
9 for none.
Oh, I heard 9 for 1.
9 for none. 9 for none.
Yeah.
So 9 for none, 4 balls in. It was nearly 9 for 1 or 6 for 1 or however you want to read it. You can guys, as usual, get chatty in the comments. We'll feature India's 11, which is unchanged. And West Indies have made 2 changes, which we'll talk about as well. But before Akshay could even finish his sentence, there was already events to be spoken about. Right. So plenty of things to be enjoyed on this watch along, as always on cricket.com. Like the comments, and we'll start with Vasant Narayan because he goes on to say, why are teams making the mistake of batting first when India's Achilles heel is defending targets? Now, I want to just answer that, but with a graphic, right? Because India have been in an experimenting stage, so to speak. Akshay, you can talk me through this depiction right now as there's a little breather before the final ball of the first over. And I can request my producer to just pop it up because, look, at the end of the day, India in T20 International this year have been experimenting.
That's a 4, boy.
Oh, that's a 4. So 14 for none. Yeah. But just coming back to the grander scheme of things, they've lost 4 T20 Internationals this year.
Yeah.
Okay, they've won 5. That's almost a 50% success rate. I mean, is it experimentation all right? Because I understand this year is a whole ODI focused year.
I mean, yeah, of course, we can probably give them the benefit of doubt, given that it is an ODI year, an ODI focused year, like you said. But what's even more concerning is the fact that this record isn't against the big 3. It isn't against the likes of, say, England, Australia, or even South Africa. It's New Zealand, West Indies, Sri Lanka, who aren't exactly at the peak of their prowess.
Correct.
So that's what makes it even more upsetting in some sense for fans like us. As much as, people would like to believe that I am a Windies fan and I don't like the Indian team, I've sort of reached this point because
are you putting it out there now that you're a Windies fan, you don't like the Indian team?
For the series, yeah. I thought I'd already put it out there.
See, the key words that many people forget is that for the greater good.
Yeah, of course, exactly. That's the operative word here. And that's what upsets me, because as much as you want to believe that they are experimenting, all these players are proven performers in the IPL at the IPL stage, and that's as IPL is, if not better, it's almost as good as international cricket.
And look, at the end of the day, those particular depictions that we showed you, essentially, like you mentioned, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, West Indies, and you're allowed to have a one-off, right? I mean, you can't expect your sports team, let alone cricket team, to win every particular competition or match for that matter. Introspect, good evening. Good to see you and all you guys in the comments as well.
Even I'm hoping for that Introspect if it helps.
Hello, Noodle Hacks. Sure. Yeah, 220. And that reminds me of the first innings prediction, because we always kind of ask you that for some fantastic merchandise to be won. 14 for none, which becomes 15 for none. Arshdeep is partnering Akshar with a new ball, funnily enough. I mean, not very often that you say that. Great United kit. Yeah, thanks, Ritvik. Honest to God. And I'll show it off even more. Honest to God. Why can't I just take that opportunity? Because we've signed a new player. His name's not Sofian Amrabat. It's Avnish Hegde. Just joking. Just joking. But Arsenal fans must be cock-a-hoop. A producer was in mixed emotions. Shaunak, unfortunately, not getting the better result in the Durand Cup, but the Premier League looked 2-1. So I have a fan who just texted me from the Emirates, who's a Nottingham Forest fan, Harry Bell. He's been on the cricket.com platform before, and he loves his cricket as much as football. And he was just like, dude, It was a poor away day in the summer sunshine.
Whoa,
Right.
Mayers is in some form today.
Talk
He's
about
decided,
summer
yeah.
sunshine in Florida. And Mayers is absolutely having a go. And look, I want to get up a Kyle Mayers stat in due course, but there's so many funky stats you can check out on cricket.com. I want to also tell Akshay this one thing, because I felt over the last couple of watch-alongs with that Jadeja Akshay debate that we had, I wasn't being a nice co-panelist. So I've got you a surprise element of snacks, all right? And tell me how much you rate these snacks, and even you guys can have some fun. 50-50 Maska Chaska. How much would you put that in 10, man? And this is all for you, by the way. I'm being very hospitable on a Saturday. And Nick's good to see you. Go on, have a slither. He's absolutely taken back because he didn't see this coming. Oh, taken his
Oh,
head,
that's
gone.
taken, man.
And this is what I mean. When you
Against
give,
the run of play.
when you give,
What is
you
that?
get. When you give, you get. Honestly, I gave him a 50-50. He's made it 100%. And that's Arshdeep as well. So brilliant stuff from India. And cheers.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
having like a nice cup of tea.
Cheers.
Cheers to your cup of tea. Honest to God, this is not like Somesh in disguise drinking whatever he's drinking. Crazy Nicks, who we'll see later in the watch along, says 11 out of 13 games recently been won by sides batting first at the venue. The deck slows down usually in the second innings.
Yeah, and just to add to that, and just to complete what I begun with in the first over before Kyle Mayers decided to interrupt me.
Yeah.
The last 5 games
Shocking.
have been won since 2018. All the games have been won by the team winning the toss and opting to bat first.
Yeah.
In Florida. And West Indies have won the toss and have opted to bat today. So, ominous signs for India? I hope so.
Ominous signs indeed. And I'll tell you another fun fact which will cheer up all the Indian fans this evening. The last 4 T20 internationals in Lauderhill, Florida. What's happened? India won all of them. So good signs to make it 2-2. We put a YouTube poll out as well. Poll out as well with regards to what will be the outcome after tonight. Will it be a 2-2? Will it be a 3-1? Will it be a 2-1 if there's storms and thunderstorms which kind of provide a no result? Pranav Anand, love to see you as ever. They've brought in hope because Charles was looking horrible against spin in the mid overs and has one of the highest fall shot percent, I think. I think they should look to pick Athanasi in T20 squad. I mean, don't make squads for them. I know Athanasi, we liked a lot of him in that tests, but maybe young days for the youngster. I mean, early days for the youngster, essentially. Just on that point of Johnny Charles, because he's brought him up. And I want to ask you, Akshay, because he's not playing. Because we have the stat prepared and we were like, yeah, we'll kind of compel people in. We won't give it away yet, or we'll give it away yet. I mean, essentially, Johnson Charles, right? If he actually played today, he needed 12 more runs to enter this illustrious list of all the West Indies batsmen who've scored over 1,000 runs in T20 internationals, which is quite ridiculous. Usual candidates, Akshay, Gale, Purin, Pollard.
Samuels is a surprise entry, actually, to be honest. But yeah, the strike rate of 116 and an average of 29. Okay, I mean, I can.
Dude, like Gale's career average is 28.
And a strike rate of just 137. I'm genuinely surprised by that. Even with Puran, I thought both would have a strike rate in excess of 140 or 150 even, you know.
It's insane. I mean, some good numbers, telling numbers over there, and more on this stat in terms of our social media creatives. You guys can check us out on Instagram, on Twitter. All these kind of nuggets keep running around if you guys really love your cricket. What really puzzles me there, like he said, is a Chris Gale stat. And honestly, if we had to just cover the name, no one would have thought that that person, like Gale, 75 innings, won, I mean, close to 1,900 runs. No chance.
That's actually a fair point. I would have pointed at Evan Lewis's numbers and
I would have probably like spoken about Ramnare Sarwan or something like that. No chance. No chance. But Gale, like the thing is, all his glory in T20 cricket has come in franchise cricket. True. And not that much in terms of West Indies per se, barring that 2007 117 that he got, which is brilliant, which is absolutely brilliant. I don't know whether it's just me or our particular studio right now. It feels like a tropical savanna in the midst of Africa. It's just quite ridiculous. Or it's his United jersey. Or maybe it's just a United jersey being fucking baller, you know, like just melting the seats and all of that. I got both. I was just so energetic about this season, so I'm just hoping. Sorry, mate, but I mean, I was gonna get pelted. So Sharda, really appreciate you being the first one to tell me that looks like piece of shit. It's fine. I love to see the banter, man. Football is all about banter. Sport is nice to see Avinash. It's actually Avinash supporting Newcastle tonight with their jail jersey. That's going to be a compelling watch too, Greg. Newcastle Villa as well. But right now, apart from that first over, it seems like West Indies have just kind of come back to their circumspect mode. 21 for 1, 2.3. I mean, early predictions, first inning score. 220 was shouted out.
Yeah, Introspect did say that, and I hope they do get that because it'll be an interesting watch for us also to call.
That's true.
But yeah, Brandon King had a horror game in the third T20I where he ended up with 42 or 42 if I'm not wrong. And okay, that's close. Yeah, and that's pretty much been the case with him this entire series. Like where he started off strongly, but he tapers, off once the middle overs come in, once the field restrictions ease out, and he has to now, go over the fence to get his boundaries. That's where he struggled a lot. And it'll be interesting to see how, like, given shorter boundaries, smaller venue today.
I'm just kind of looking at the surface, like slightly wide-eyed, because it gives you an impression of like a Sharjah deck sort of thing. If you look at really closely on that second replay that they showed, and I was just like, okay, this doesn't really kind of spell a West Indian sort of wicket, but let's see how that kind of unravels. 23 for 1, 3 overs gone. Keep your comments coming through. Pranavan going on to say West Indies and India aren't prepared for the Gill century, and India aren't prepared for a one-run loss. I mean, look, if Gill comes back today and stamps his authority, I'd love to see that. Remember, Yashasvi Jaiswal missed out in his debut, so he gets a second crack. Ural hacks with Basant going on to say, surprising Hardik didn't start the bowling, and I don't find any sense of Hardik finishing the match. It could have been better to receive half century from Tilak that he deserved. I mean, the talk of it was all to see on social media, particularly on Twitter. People have made memes about it. People are showing that image. I mean, that video of Dhoni kind of saying no to a run.
Yeah, Paji also got into a brawler too. That.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, the Tilak Verma half century itself probably did not really like in hindsight. Again, this is in hindsight. When it actually happened, when I was out there with my colleagues watching the game, it did.
Correct. But let me just ask you this, because I know you're not that much on Insta, but I don't know if you saw it. There was a stump mic recording of Hardik on the non-strike crease telling Tilak, saying it's important to be not out also. He's telling him in Hindi, obviously.
I'm unaware.
And then he went for the finishing shot. So look, I mean, essentially Hardik could have still given the lad an opportunity to get to 50. And 2 out of 3 T20 internationals, for you, what better way do you want that? But it made that comparison with Reina even more. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah,
right?
I did. It was put up on the group.
It was put up in the group, and I'll actually read that for the benefit of the viewers. And it was actually quite like ridiculous.
Oh, come on, boy. Finally, King goes down the ground, and that's a 6. The first one for King.
You're reacting like it's actually the King, like Virat.
I said Brandon King. I didn't say the King. I said King. I use it as a proper noun. Let's again.
It's Brandon King.
All right.
Which group do you think he shared it on?
It was on the news and features probably. And just going back to what I was saying about the Tilak Verma, the whole Tilak Verma incident episode rather.
Yeah.
So I was outside with our colleagues watching the game. Back then, at that moment when it actually happened, I did feel a bit upset. I did feel a bit bad for Tilak Verma. He deserved a 50 there. But come to think of it, in hindsight, now that a good 3 days have passed since then, I've actually changed my opinion. I've changed my stance on it. I feel it was perfectly fine. Like no one really. It doesn't matter if he scores a 50 or not. It's
he's gone through the offside. That is a shot of a man. That's a shot of an emperor, isn't it? That's a shot of an emperor. Great catch, Samson. Reminded me of one of the Dick Cock, but that was single-handed. Yeah, Noodle has hacks with Basant. I mean, I agree with your thoughts. I echo with them. I was just kind of trying to still look at that particular graphic. I don't know if you can find it, but it tells you that Tilak Verma and Suresh Raina are cut from the same cloth. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it's quite ridiculous. The United jersey does not look good. Avnish, get another one. The white one. I saw the white one, and I'll get it in due course. But you can keep your Scouser comments to yourself, Chachan. So I just want to say that. But good luck with Chelsea tomorrow. And good luck with getting Caicedo. I mean, if you get Caicedo. Is a pitch slow? The batter's making it look so. The pitch has given us an impression, right, Sanjay, that it's kind of tacky apart from that first over that Kyle Mayers is just going mad. Oh, there's a wicket chance here. It's hit him on flush in the full.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. There it is. So basically, let me read you guys the common features and the absolute coincidences with Tilak Verma and Suresh Raina. Both are born in November. Both are left-handed batters. Both are off-break bowlers. Both made an IPL 50 in the second match. Both have 350 plus runs in the first 2 IPL seasons. Both debuted in T20 internationals at the age of 20. Both have taken catches in it on their T20 international debut. Maiden T20 international 50s in a losing cause. They both have that. And fun fact, they this is ridiculous. They have both chased a target down in 18.5 overs, and they both have been unbeaten at 49 at a run chase. Are you kidding me? Or what? I mean,
That's another.
and Suresh Raina. Let us know in the comments if that.
I mean, they also have two A's in their surname, like someone pointed out in our group, and they have A's like there's
strategically put. Yeah. Oh my God, Suresh Raina and Tilak Varma, and he's gone on to say, and this is a perfect way to plug into that Tilak Varma video, right? Which we put out on the what was it?
On our channel
on the Friday. Sorry, today's Saturday. On the Friday, and Friday is just either features or stance. So get used to this whole pattern, the weekly bit of content. Check that video out because we've stitched it really nicely in terms of his stories. And he's here to stay, guys. Let's not mince our words about that because he's so likable. What we've seen so far. Sometimes it's easy to get carried away. Often we do as Indians, but with Tilak Varma, I think there's a story over there.
True, please check the video out. He talks about how big an idol Rohit Sharma has been for him.
And Suresh
Raina, of course. And given that he's also played a fair bit with Rohit Sharma now, he talks about his experiences and a bunch of that. Like Avni said, an excellently made video. Please check it out on our channel.
And the key there is obviously any other Indian youngster picking up a bat or a ball, he wants to win the World Cup for India. And I know every Indian cricketer says that, but essentially, Tilak Varma, you kind of see that he really wants to put his heart and soul on the line. And we're not advocates of Tilak Varma, we're just really calling it as we see it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong in being called advocates for Tilak Varma,
maybe.
To be honest.
Mohit, by the way, good evening to you. Will Sky and Tilak bat like they're batting on a total different surface today compared to other batters? I mean, in whichever way India sneak a win today, Mohit, I'll be pretty chuffed because my prediction will still stand good. 3-2 is what I said. He wants 4-1, essentially.
3-2 also works for me
3-2 in a Windies favor. Yeah. Ask him why in the comments if you're new. Otherwise, if you guys know, you know. But
Maro bhai.
That's a 6.
Shabash, yaar, shabash.
He was just getting itchy, and you could see that there was a release shot coming from Shea Hope, and he's moved on swimmingly to 19 instead of 11 now. So West Indies 48 for 1, 5 gone. And let's see how much they get in the final over their power play because, like we're indicating, get your predictions in terms of the first inning score as well. We'll have a crack at it. I also want to just keep offering snacks to Akshay as a theme for today's Watchalong. Every time I give it to him, there's a wicket which falls. So I want you to open it this time and tell me how good a good old Muska Chaska. What is the tagline of this? Essentially.
I'm genuinely speechless. I'm genuinely shocked.
What's Muska Chaska? Take a 50-50. Take a 50-50.
What?
Okay, I'll inaugurate proceedings. I don't know what's making him laugh a lot. No, there's nothing packaged in this.
I did not see this coming.
Oh, Arshdeep to continue. You see, he'll roll the final over the power play.
Rakshak says, I don't think India is ready with their 18-man squad for the 2023 World Cup in spite of the injuries to Bumrah, KL, Shreyas. I mean, it's because of the injuries and not despite the injuries that India isn't ready with their squad yet. Yeah. Because they're still not sure if Bumrah is, match fit. Of course, this Ireland series would be a great way for us also, for the audience also to come to know whether he's, fit and all set to go. That's again, man.
They've got a heavy packed offside, a run-out chance. No.
Anyways.
Yeah, so look, essentially we can continue this India chat, Rakshak, with another good friend and colleague of ours in terms of Gurkirat. Let's get him on right now. And Gurkirat, well, you've been making the news, my friend, and I say that because take off that comment, because I honestly want to put this as a full screen Twitter outrage, or basically Twitter doing Twitter things. Gurkirat and Ravichandran Ashwin. Amazing, Gurkirat. That's what we got you in. Oh my God, that's gone for 6.
He's launched into it.
That's gone for 6. So Gurkirat, hello and hi to you, and I definitely want to hear your first thoughts about this game. But talk to me about that tweet. Can we put that tweet up, Shauna? And it'll just give us an impression to the viewers at least what that whole conversation between Gurkirat and Ashwin was about. And Gurkirat could probably narrate the tweet himself. So tweet is here. And as you can see, Gurkirat going on to say, maybe it's just me, but the upcoming World Cup feel only exists on social media. Back in 2016, 2011, it was much different. The excitement and vibe was palpable. To which Ashwin replied, Yes, the one and only Ashwin.
Abbe,
Oh,
yaar.
there's a wicket in all of this hullabaloo. We'll come
See.
back to that tweet and much more. I hate doing this because every time I try putting Gurkirat and give him the limelight, these Indian cricketers take it away
And
from
boss,
him.
this has worked.
And I told you,
This
it's
is
a trick of the fucking Muska Chaska, Dad. I'm telling
What
you.
is this?
Oh, and what
That's a good
catch as
catch.
well.
That's a good catch.
One
from
second,
Kuldeep
I feel horrible as a host to not even give this lad a chance to say hello.
there.
Gurkirat,
And, yeah,
hello,
this
hi,
is the
balding.
longest Gurkirat has been on screen.
And
without-
he's been patient. He's built up. Go on.
All right.
Well, yeah. When Ashwin quote tweeted that tweet of mine, I was sleeping, so someone else told me. But yeah, I mean, it's hardly a conversation. It's just Ashwin putting out his views, and yeah, he has every right to. But yeah, I've definitely felt that this time the vibe of the World Cup hasn't been, you know, as palpable because you even off social media, the cricket is one sport that you can always talk about in public settings and gatherings when you're out there with friends or family or relatives, and someone or the other will talk about, oh, or just say ki cricket mein kya chal raha hai, but you don't see that happening this time around. And I think a lot of it is also just down to how the schedule just came out, was finalized very late. The tickets are not out yet, so maybe that has a factor attached to it. But yeah, we never know. As the tournament comes closer, maybe the vibe will be there, but so far you just feel that something's missing with regards to a World Cup being happening in India.
Yeah, I think I echo those thoughts with you as well. And you just don't get that buzz, which is spot on, Akshay, with regards to the comment that he's made on Twitter. And big up to Ravi Ashwin. If you're watching this, give us some love as well, not just Gurkirat. But you agree with him at large because the World Cup is what, roughly 5 weeks, 6 weeks away now?
Yeah, less than 2 months basically, and it's almost unfortunate that there isn't practically any bus out in the streets.
Yeah.
Usually you would see hoardings and ads and all of
You'd
that.
expect some branding to happen at least. You'd expect some branding to happen, at least in those 10 cities where the matches are going to happen. But there's absolutely been nothing.
Yeah, it's been nothing. And I don't know if the Asia Cup ignites that spark, especially if, dare I say, India lose, then they'll probably dub that battle as Badla Le Lenge, October 14th.
हाँ भाई, कुछ भी लगा लो, मैच खेलो अच्छे से बस.
So, but
You know what I mean?
those taglines haven't really worked well. The tagline for this tour is "सारे जवाब मिलेंगे," and there are more questions now.
जवाब मिले कि नहीं पता नहीं, सवाल तो और खड़े हो गए, इतना तो पता है बस.
Seriously. By the way, 55-2 then, West Indies end their power play. What have you liked so far, Gurkirat? And what have you made of this pitch? Does it give you like a little Sharjah resemblance, weirdly?
No, I mean not the pitch for sure. I'm not sure about the stadium, but definitely seems to be the best batting pitch so far of the white ball series of this tour. And yeah, I mean, you'd expect West Indies to get minimum 180 from here, could even get more. And if that happens, then hopefully India can chase it down. But India are only playing with 7 batters, so anything over 180 could be a real challenge.
Yeah, absolute real challenge. By the way, good on you for doing your show on Thursday. Very, very good show. If you guys missed it, check that out. Some playing questions that Gurkirat's answered. Now, Kuldeep's into the attack.
Before that, let's also take Pranav's comment.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so much,
Listen
Pranav.
to us.
Yeah,
Thank you, Pranav.
Thank you so
You're
much,
honestly
Pranav.
one of the best viewers that we have. And I think we'll probably do a lot of engaging content with you fans during the World Cup in terms of top viewers, most engaging viewer and stuff. We have some prizes set up.
Giveaways, exactly. And
oh, he's picked the wrong one. Was that the wrong one? He's
gone.
He's gone. Nicholas Puran. See you later.
First ball.
Thanks for coming.
I think
exactly. No, it's the Muska Chaska. Good.
I think
basically I've been giving Akshay snacks every time he's taken a little slither of the Muska Chaska wicket. Ho raha hai.
3 times. I mean, I thought third time's a charm, but no, it hasn't worked in Vinny's favor. But thank you so much, Pranav, for watching. Guys, be like Pranav. Please check it out.
I think he picked the wrong one. It's just that he was.
No,
I think was done in the flight here.
Yeah, he's done
because the ball actually landed shorter than what he expected. he had to make some last minute adjustment to just go with the shot, and didn't really get the middle of it. But excellent start for Kuldeep. I don't think he, and since we are on the subject of Kuldeep, I just want to mention that Anirudh Suresh, after the last game, actually did a piece on how Kuldeep's done really well in the T20I setup since he's come back. So
Yeah.
those who are watching, you can actually read that piece on Kuldeep. It's a very well written piece. It also talks about how he's changed his length, and probably a little bit about his speeds as well, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, it's a good piece that you guys should read it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, speaking of which and pieces to read, I'll also take the opportunity right now with this Wicket Break to plug in exclusive. We've been doing some great exclusive interviews. We showed you the Riyan Parag one, but this is the one to watch out this week. And it is that man who's made a reckoning in the Dulip Trophy. I think he's the joint highest wicket taker in the competition, Shams Malani. And it's a fantastic insight, again, claimed from Akash Sivasubramaniam. And one of those powerful quotes is there, as you can see on the right. When we practice, Sky, Ayashaw, and I are very competitive. So he's a good Mumbai lad through and through to the system, and good on Shams Malani as well. So big up to him and his cricket career from here. Hopefully, cricket.com has a habit of kind of act like a catalyst to people's careers. If you guys know, you know. But 56 for 3, Captain Ramampal's come out, and sync your stream in because I keep hopping this like a broken tape recorder. We're watching it in telly, which is DD, and I'm sure many of you guys must be watching it digitally. So, however you're consuming it, give this video a like first and foremost, and also let us know your first innings prediction. Gurkirat just a while ago mentioned 180, but he said that just before the Puran wicket. I don't know if he agrees. And before I come to Akshay, Santosh Udupa also similar-minded, playing Fantasy Premier League this week, like many people. Who's your captain, Santosh? Let me know. He's gone for a bold 169. What are you going for?
I mean, they are 3 down, but they also have batting that goes down to number 10. But
So, the two things about it. One's a Saturday, so I want an early finish. So we can just go and fucking rage. Two is, I mean, let's put it out there. We're human beings. I'm not going to be a robot. Be like, yeah, cricket kill. I mean, come on, bro. If the game gets over, game gets over. Secondly,
Are you guys playing cricket tomorrow?
I want to. We'll come to that
Yeah.
challenge. But why the hell haven't you finished this?
I'm not touching this.
Oh, because you
anymore.
want West Indies to win.
Exactly.
Okay,
I'm not
fine. So
touching
speaking of
this.
which, bring up the snack number 2. Okay, it's a snack number 2, and this one is a good old Girar Delhi.
Oh!
Oh my God, the food is making magic. What is this? The dark chocolate spin
क्या
effect.
कर रहा है, क्या?
There is more. I'm hiding it. I'm playing it accordingly.
Oh,
And
man.
Powell goes, and first the Muska Chaska struck, and now even the Girar Delhi saying, I can do what you do in Muska Chaska. 72% dark chocolate. Why don't you have that on a sweet note that India's taking a wicket, lad? Get
First
in.
of all,
Brilliant.
when
I am really interested to see the speed on this one, because
Oh,
it didn't
and a
really
lot of
turn.
revs, man. A lot of revs. You're
I
right.
mean the one.
Yeah, but it didn't really turn a lot. So I really want to see if Powell was early into his shot, or what was the case here. And also, I feel it's a good take from Shubman as well, because when, as a slip fielder, when you see the batter turn it away, you sort of get slightly blindsided, because the bat face really not
But
towards you. So
Shubman Gill, like generally, even standing in slips, like think about it, his radar is has a full Sara vision, bro. Like Sara jaga dekh sakta hai wo.
Pun intended.
I was just trying to make the stat that he's just thrown
Fair, but I
light-hearted.
mean, when Powell walked in, the first thing that I wanted to point out was they have 10 overs of spin left.
Bro.
10 overs of spin. So can Powell's, I mean, last
Can you
spin-
have another Muska Chaska for head by a first bowler? Come on, first bowler.
But this is ridiculous. I mean, this is
By the way, Paji, there's a comment for you. Aman goes on to say,
Yes, sir.
Paji, maybe you should change your social circle. Just kidding, because the experience has been opposite from mine. Lots of excitement here in Ahmedabad.
interesting.
a lot of people don't want to be in my social circle after they get to know about my my acquaintance with my association with Avnish. They're like,
No,
we,
I
we
tell you,
want
I
to
tell you two good things. Like Gurkirat really likes his food, and he has some good recommendations in terms of Indian food. And he likes his music as well, which is like, I don't know if you guys follow him personally. He will tell you all the songs of Bollywood yesteryears to current Punjabi rap music. It's quite mad. I mean, to be fair, I've actually been obsessed with this artist called Shub. I mean, honestly, like that song called Checks. There's another one called Baller. There's another one called, what is it?
Waller's nice.
Baller is very nice. Even Checks is
Waller's
very nice.
nice.
For a random viewer, they wouldn't even, guess that, we're talking
Bro,
about.
I think Shub is already a popular artist. I don't know if you guys know your Punjabi
Yeah,
rap.
he is. He is a popular artist because even I don't know if you guys remember that video which Anushka had put of him and Virat doing a workout and then Virat sort of pulling a muscle. That
I
was on
remember
a
that.
Shub song. So yeah,
He was also in one of the other Virat, gym videos that he did.
yeah.
I think I picked it up from there, but then I was just like, yeah, it's a pretty beast, man. It's all right. By the way, 1 second, 59 for 4, guys. What is the first innings prediction? Because let's just get that out of the way so people have a stand. I mean, have literally a chance to win the merchandise. Something like what Akshay is wearing. There's pretty other cool stuff as well. So 169 said Santosh Urupa. I'm gonna just say 137, guys. Actually, I'll say 128. Fuck it, 128.
Predict karna hai, not
128.
hope.
128.
No one's asking you
128.
what are you hoping.
128. I mean, they're falling like 9 pins, yeah.
All right.
See, Shea Hope's there, so you'd expect him to do sort of the anchor job or the Virat Kohli job right now. And
Yeah, I just think he'll run out of partners because they're all so reckless at times. Like
see
Puran didn't have to play
see
that shot.
if West Indies, so Puran's going to play that way. He's
Hey,
shown that
actually,
enough.
that's good. That's a good one from Aman, bro. Baji, for the next 6 wickets, I want you to suggest 6 hidden gems music so people will at least build their playlist, listen to the Watchalong. That's a good one.
Sure.
Like when I went to Amritsar, I sat in the honorable, you know, car, and I played Weekend Starboy, and then he played the exact song in
In
Punjabi.
Punjabi. In Punjabi. So that's a TVF that's a TVF video. It's
It was
the
good.
name of that the name of that video is Dilli De Sardar Boys. So
Oh.
they've replaced Starboy with, and it's the exact tune. So I actually, because I'm not very big on listening to English music. I heard that first, and I heard that the day I was coming back from abroad. Short.
No, just
I was coming back from abroad somewhere after 2 weeks, and pata nahi wo, when you just come back you start feeling a lot of things that you've missed, and the first thing that I hear is I watch the video of this song and I'm like, why this is so relatable. And it is brilliantly written by TVF, and the execution of that song Dilli the Sardar Boys is just outstanding. And anyone who thinks like, when you are trying to do such kind of a project wherein you're trying to sort of uh, what is the word that I'm looking for, uh, when you're trying to generalize a community or a subset of a community, the chances of offending people is too high. But if you just go through the comments of that video, almost every Sardar out there loves that video because it is so relatable and it is so good. So
oh,
you guys should watch it.
And I remember we broke down the lyrics of that as well, and then you were telling
I
me like how
explained it to him.
perfect. It's quite perfect. By the way, lots of people are changing their comments quite rapidly and predictions, I should say. 139, 137. I think one said 99.
99,
That was
exactly.
ridiculous.
Someone's being even more optimistic than you. Something I didn't see. I would
I
see.
mean, everyone would love an early Saturday finish, to be fair. So why aren't you mingling in the dark chocolate? Because I have some more. I have another dark chocolate. I have a 60% one this time. But I know this man is a local man. So I know this fancy shit wouldn't like really tickle his
अबे
taste buds.
कहाँ जा रहा है ये?
So I'm getting him the good bar snack that we love to call Congress peanuts in Karnataka, lad.
Just yesterday, I was explaining Vikas and Vaibhav, our producers and producer and editor respectively, about how
These peanuts are spicy. It's like just coated with chili, but hopefully does the trick. So I'm having them for this to be a wicket or a lull in the over.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
All right.
Memories of college. Even I heard Star Boys before Star Boys, and then I can't say that. I generally can't say that.
सर्दियां विच बच रहेंगे
Inna de kam.
which only Gurkirat can translate.
So the turban protects the ears, na. So one of the lines in that song is "Sardiyan de vich bacche rehinde enna de kan."
My ears are, protected. I'm guessing that's what it means.
Maybe. By the way, all you guys watching this right now, we're going to be back on the Monday Night Live show. So many things to dissect because we'll be picking the bones out of this series. What are the main takeaways? And also talking about different things such as the Caribbean Premier League. We have all the other
Spencer
things.
Johnson's incredible spell at the 100.
Correct.
Bunch
And
of
things
different
like this, like Chichan, like
Exactly,
you said,
Raidu
Raidu playing in
in the
CPL.
IPL.
Does that, I honestly, open up the scene for more such Indian
Just
roles?
today, in fact, a piece has gone out where we
Sweat
talk
away.
about 4 prominent moves in the CPL for the upcoming season. Dwayne Bravo, he's gone back. Rovman Powell, after leading the Jamaica Tallawahs to their 3rd title, has been traded. Jamaica decided to let go of him. The skipper of their title-winning team and who's also the national team skipper.
Is that a case of money talking?
I don't know. And who do they get in? They bring in Hayden Walsh.
Oh
Like
my word.
if it couldn't get any more bizarre. And of course, Ambati Raidu becoming the first Indian international to play in the CPL, assuming everything goes through. And the 3rd Indian overall, of course, after Praveen Tambe, Shriyanka Patil, our own local girl.
Local RCB prospect. Even when he's a captain now, Powell doesn't keep himself.
Will Kuldeep slip in a googly now?
Maybe. So it's not a DC thing. He should be keeping himself for the last 4 or 5
Oh.
years. It was a right call. It was a googly, but good over again. Just 3 off it. 65 for 4. After the power play, it's just been 10 runs and 2 wickets in 3 overs.
Exactly.
Quite shocking from these. So are you locking in your prediction, Gurkirat? And what are you eating, by the way?
It's a guava.
Oh, healthy.
I've let go of all the munchies and junk. I've been working.
Yeah.
I've been working very hard. I've been working very, very hard.
Keep at it, man. Be diligent. By the way, Mohammad Irfan asking you, me, and Akshay Gurkirat. Heard of Rashma?
No, I haven't.
Neither have I.
Neither have. Can you have to explain that, Mohammad
Sorry,
Irfan?
yeah.
I got addicted to Tere Baat song from Kora. Brilliant song. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And brilliant watch as well, Akshay.
Yeah.
Very good watch. Kora.
Well done.
It's since both Avnish and I now have watched Kora, it makes my communication with Avnish a little easier. Like I don't have to translate my abuses.
But I request you to then watch Hunt for Veerappan. So then it'll be equal.
Okay.
So I then don't have to translate my abuses.
I mean, it's almost like there's no match between India and West Indies is going on in Florida. We'll come back to that, but before that, let's just take Santosh's comment.
Guys,
he says,
the
Maharaja T20 Trophy starting tomorrow.
Oh, 6 balls.
So it is starting tomorrow. All games are happening at the Chinnaswamy. In fact, just while coming in, the floodlights were on. The training sessions were in full swing. We could potentially be going for a couple of games.
Would you go?
I don't mind going, not for the action, but to get to meet players, some interviews, some bites.
I love how you said, honestly, not for the action. Mohammad Irfan saying, will you guys cover the Maharaja Trophy? You can catch all the scores, the coverage of it on cricket.com. That's a huge.
No watchalongs if that's what you're getting at.
And obviously, we'll keep an eye. Like, if there's a special performance, all our brilliant writers will chalk up an analysis. You guys can be privy to that on the website. And download the app. There's some special privileges as well.
And make sure you've hit the subscribe button here. You know the drill.
You know the drill, guys. Essentially, we're just doing this for y'all because essentially on a weekend, it's very tough to kind of get hold of Akshay and me because we're normally kind of going around on the booze. Tell the people. Be honest. Gurkirat on a Saturday, Sunday is normally like socializing, enjoying some bhangra, enjoying some butter chicken. He also has
tomorrow I'm not there on the Watchalong.
See, because he's enjoying his bhangra and butter chicken.
Tomorrow I'm going to watch. I'm going for a performance of one of my favorite Punjabi artists, and I'll share videos. I'm very excited to it. I'm very looking forward to it.
For sure, and maybe we can put out the best bits in the following Deep Point show as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
You never know. You never know.
Watch along or something, and
we should actually create a segment in the Deep Point Gurkirat show week in week out, like things that you haven't seen.
Deep points about other cricket things other than cricket.
Yeah, honestly. What is the deadline for the Asia Cup and World Cup score announcement? My best gut feeling or whatever is 16th of August, I have a feeling.
No, the simple answer is when Jaishar decides.
Yeah, but when is that? 14th, 16th? I think
Up to Jaishar.
I think it's maybe this Monday or this Wednesday.
No.
They can't do it on Independence Day and they can't do it on Sunday because
Can't
India's
do
celebrating.
matlab kya hai?
They can.
But they choose
The
to like
squad
not.
once the peak BCCI thing was the squad came out once on the evening. I think it came out at around 8 p.m. on 31st December. So
Yeah.
if that can happen, anything can happen. But yeah, I think the norm is that the deadline is 1 month before the starting of the World Cup. So I
Really?
think September first week should be the deadline
No,
for
one second.
for
I'm
World Cup.
talking about the Asia Cup one.
Yeah.
Asia Cup, when do you think they'll announce? In the next couple of days, right?
I mean, they should do it by Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
They might just be waiting on a fitness clearance issue of maybe a couple of players, and that should be about that should be the only deciding factor now.
Okay, makes sense. By the way, Aditya Anand has a question for all of us. How many T20 internationals do you all think Jaiswal should take, or would take rather, before he joins Tilak in the spotlight? Strictly talking about T20. I'm saying about 8 to 9.
It could happen today and tomorrow also, because
It
if the
could.
pitch is
It could. But I'm just giving the boy a little bit of breathing time.
yeah, I mean, I think we are just because the pitch looks good. The pitch looks good for batting. He's going to open, so it's an easier spot for sure. So yeah, and I think even if Jaiswal doesn't score enough in the game today and tomorrow, there will still be decent amount of spotlight on him anyway. See, Tilak Tilak's exploits are mostly known because of the last two IPLs, but Jaiswal on the other hand has been scoring runs in first class cricket as well. He has 100 on he has 100 on probably each of his debuts except for Ranji Trophy debut. I think
Yeah.
Irani Trophy debut, Duleep Trophy debut, India A debut, he scored 100. So there's enough spotlight on Jaiswal already. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, points to consider that. And especially when you look at it, Akshay, Jaiswal, the way he played in his debut game, just gave you a glimpse of how fearless this boy is. No reputation,
True. I mean, I
no
don't think,
baggage.
yeah, I don't think there's any question of whether he can translate his success at the highest level.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the T20I format, like this series, of course, it's almost India A playing in terms of squad strength.
Yeah.
But in a full strength squad, I still want to see where does Jaiswal feature in
Yeah.
the think tanks.
Okay.
Pecking
I
because
have a
Ishan
question for,
right now, yeah.
I have a question for you too. I mean, I think Kuldeep will bowl this over, but for the next over, would you go to Akshar instead of Chahal? Because
But
see, Akshar's bowled 3 overs for 30, Chahal bowled 3 for 32, but I think all three of those Akshar overs came in the power play.
probably, yeah.
But they actually have been taking a punt more Chahal to bowl than lefties rather than Akshay bowl the lefties.
True.
And that's like visible. But I don't know. I mean, both are the ball coming into you. Now it's Kuldeep to continue.
Santosh, second year opinion about whatever we're eating.
Spicy
hope-
peanuts, chaska maska, some dark chocolate, all healthy, all just to energize us, keep us going for these 40 overs. Hopefully, it's just a quick finish. But
Yeah. But coming back to what Paji said, Akshar although has, I mean, I would actually go to Kuldeep over Akshar, given
Oh
that
my
he's
God.
in
No,
the
I
sort of
was talking between Chahal and Akshar.
yeah,
Oh, and even then, I would still go ahead with a Rispin over Akshar. To be honest, as much as I've been backing Akshar in the past few games, and Avnish here knows that, yeah, like today he hasn't had the greatest of outings. I know all few of us came in the power play, but Hope is also well set. 21 ball 37. Hetmeyer is looking to explode 10 ball. I'm pretty sure he's right now just waiting to open his arms and give a go ahead and go for a couple of slogs or something like that. Akshar could probably face the brunt of such a pancake. So
no, I agree with you.
I have
Go
a
on.
feeling that Kuldeep will start off by floating it wide off Hetmeyer, because the last ball of the last over he bowled a googly. So let's see.
Maro
No,
bhai.
And
Please.
Fire gets one
Yes.
out for. So look, I mean, I was
Good
just
shot.
going to say, and I'm not saying this at the back of this boundary, but the difference of West Indies getting to 160, 170. It depends on this man. The others might come and go, but Hetmaya, you feel like has a 50, 60 in him in quick time, and that's worrying. But I'm not that perturbed right now. I think it could be a case of crash, bang, and wallop from Hetmaya. You never know. Nick's jumping in the comments saying I would have gotten Mukesh for an over at least at these two. They can play out Kuldeep here, so Kuldeep will have to bowl really well to strike. And let's see if Gurkirath is right, because he did mention a good particular ploy that he can go with right now, looping it up
But
outside
with that,
of
I
stump.
feel Hetmyer also has a decent inside-out
Inside
option.
out shot, yeah.
So he could very well attack that as well. There also, again, something
I think when it comes to Mukesh, the idea is that Mukesh will probably bowl the 16th, 18th, and 20th over, with Arshdeep bowling 17th and the 19th. I think that seems to be the plan. But let's
And
see.
where's our man Hardik Pandya not bowling today? I mean, are you
Maybe
surprised?
he's opened Twitter and he's gotten to know that he's received a lot of flags. So he's like, chuck it. I won't do anything.
It's a good batting pitch.
Oh, cha.
The convenience that that man has, honestly.
But there was an interesting comment about Jaiswal being in the spotlight even when he played the Under-19 World Cup.
Yeah.
Shaunak, if you could, अरे यार, मारने वाला ball था भाई. And that's actually a good point, because if you look at the 2020 Under-19 World Cup, a lot of people don't know, like Ravi Bishnoi, Dhruv Jarrell, so many. I'm just mentioning two names, but there are more players who've come in through that setup, including Tilak Verma. But not a lot of them remember all these names. Even Akash Singh, if I'm not wrong, was a part of the same Under-19 World Cup. So that's actually a good point. Jaiswal has always been in the spotlight.
Yeah. But we're saying that again with like the element of the 2-year, 3-year vision or whatever. But like, even if you trace back, there's so many names in Indian cricket which just come and go. One which came back to the spotlight earlier this week, I don't know if you guys saw it, was that Prithvi Shaw, bloody 244. And now he's back into the scheme of things, and I don't know how that story will end. By the way, a stat here. Indian bowlers in the first 10 overs this innings, Arshdeep and Kuldeep, 4 overs, runs 17, 4 wickets, an economy of 4.3, averaging 4.3, and Akshar and Chahal.
There was no 2 there, and that's a clear run-out opportunity. Gone begging.
That's mad.
That
and why?
Suicidal run.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm definitely wasn't aware that the ball hadn't sort of meandered too far.
I mean, you know what's interesting? The stat, the fact that
the deeps are doing the job for India.
The deeps. But also, I mean, I want to see the breakdown of that, but you guys can check it out on cricket.com. By the way, all you guys watching on a Saturday night, really, really props to you guys, because I know it's so easy to go out with your friends and have a good time, which you guys should. But we're here on a Sunday as well, because India playing on back-to-back days in Florida. And then we'll, of course, talk about the Island T20s next week. But right here, right now, you guys have 4 more overs to have your predictions in the comments. Because what happens is, if you get it bang on, you guys get
such a silly run. And I think Samson got bad bounce there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Last time he got bad bounce. Remember what happened, right?
Samson.
To Kishan,
I know, RCB. Yeah.
Quite ridiculous. Rakshak Venkatesh basically
saying, he got hit on the eye.
If there's a change between the Asia Cup, we've taken this.
I mean, yeah, of course.
See, this will only happen if there are injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you can't entirely blame them as well.
Aman is very cheeky.
Aman very cheeky.
Did you guys see that shot?
Oh, I can't.
Did you guys see that tweet?
Because it honestly hit this part of the bat. Just a slice.
Did you guys see the tweet though? Did you guys see the tweet that Aman's talking about?
Yeah, please enlighten us.
Shefali Verma tweeted today that she reached the airport 25 minutes before her flight, and she was denied check-in. She was denied check-in. And Indigo staff was rude. She thought she might get support, but people are like, how can you reach 25 minutes before your flight?
Before takeoff. Oh, wow. Okay, brilliant. Hardik Pandya exposes what one of our colleagues would have said.
Why is Hardik bowling right now? He's not bowled throughout the innings, and now he's just bowling.
He thought this is the safest time to bowl.
Wow.
So, might as
perhaps the first 8 overs are difficult because of a 10:30 early start, moisture on the pitch in Greg K.
But yeah, this is the US. This is not India. This isn't like Dharamshala or Lali or something like that where it becomes.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Fair point.
Excuse
That
me.
would have been a fair
Also,
point.
I don't know, but the outfield seems quicker today.
Yeah, no, actually, we felt it.
It was sluggish early on, maybe because of the sunshine right now. It's dried up a little bit. But West Indies inching closer to 100 within the 12th over.
Yep.
So that 160, 170 is on. Like all of us trying to get 128. I think Advait saying 89. So Advait, you're changing your prediction 164. Nice.
Yeah, and I see
I'm sticking to that 180.
You're sticking to 180 flat?
Yeah, 177.
By the way,
but that's still a lot of runs for the next 8.2.
Yeah, but they have batting till 10, and Hetmeyer's now gotten his eye in. Hope's really batting well.
And 65 for 4 at the end of 9. So the last 2.5 overs have gone for 34 runs. Oh, that's timed well.
That should be another 2.
Santosh planning for watchalongs during the Asia Cup, the World Cup.
Yes.
We're still thinking, we're still figuring out our plans and all of that.
Look, rest assured there will be match previews and reviews for every particular game. You guys are going to get that without a shadow of a doubt. Watchalongs, if there is a moment, especially India games where it gets really on a knife edge, if it's interesting, we'll definitely hop on as an emergency watchalong. But nothing really in terms of the watchalong bits.
Okay, how about this? Why not let us have the audience have their say?
Okay, yeah. So if we had to do watchalongs for ODIs,
yeah, how do you want it?
How do you want to go about it?
Because the entire innings, of course, you would also agree, would be too hard on us.
100 overs is quite ridiculous, guys. Think about it. So what we used to initially do when we wanted to do ODI watchalongs, we said we'll do the last 25 overs of the game, and that kind of worked out well. But then it was just neither here, neither there. Some games weren't going down to the wires, so we just said match reviews for ODIs for every T20, especially the prominent ones. We'll do watchalongs for.
Yeah, so Shaunak, if you could set up a poll, last 25 overs of the second innings, or it's probably first 10 overs and the last 10 overs of both innings, something like that. Do you want to set up a poll, or do you want to let them have their say?
Let them just kind of shout it out in the comments.
Yeah, please have you say.
Because Greg's like saying 7-hour watchalong. Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous. Because I normally can sign up for it, but then I need partners in crime, and sometimes it takes a toll on the whole shebang. So we all deserve a high-scoring game in the store after going through a horror in the store. Yeah, I'd love to see a 177 player, 178 or whatever it is.
Yeah, so Sanjay and all of you guys watching, do let us know ODI watchalongs. What do you think? How would you like us to do it? Because we also we're not complete. We've not set anything in stone. We're still open to some ideas. If you guys come up with something, more than happy to check it out. And
but right now, right here, in terms of the week-on-week thing, cricket.com has defined properties for each day. So I will reiterate. Monday, we had the Monday Night Live. Tuesday, there's just a bunch of classic videos, which are great throwbacks to the sport that we love. Wednesday is just a whole community engagement, which is also going to be a soon game day property. Watch out for that. And then Thursday, we have Gurkirat and his beloved Deep Point show. Friday, there's a feature. And Saturday, Sunday, there's always something to kind of talk to you guys about through the watchalongs, match reviews, so on and so forth. So embed it in your brains, get familiarized, and that's going to kind of serve you guys well. There's another comment prior to Sanjay Papyagiri.
And before that, let's also have a change in guest. Next is waiting. He's more than happy to talk about Hetmyer.
So Gurkirat, we'll see you soon. Enjoy the guava, my friend, and keep healthy.
Guava's done. I'll have dinner and then join.
He'll have his butter chicken.
Super. Cheers. I'll see you soon, man. Right, Gurkirat, I don't know whether he was being cheeky there wearing the maroon, but we're dressed appropriately because we have a man who's definitely backing India and the greater good in Nikhil Popar. Good to see you, Crick Crazy Nix, who's always getting chatty. He was getting chatty in the comments as well, which we really appreciate. So far, how's the fantasy scheme of things? Because people normally associate you with that. Happy day in the office or not really?
Yeah, Kuldeep captain, so far so good. So
how did he get it right? It's like whatever he touches turns gold.
It was. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much the most safest call with Hardik captain because you don't know who will bowl where and how many. So in that sense, he was the only guy who's assured, at least on paper, to bowl. But feel stupid for backing Hetmyer every game because this is the game now that he's scoring when I don't have him. But it's you can't control that.
But how much do you think they'll eventually get to next? I mean, Gurkirat was here. He said 177. People are saying 169. What are you saying now?
I haven't said anything so far.
Hmm.
I'll say 180.
Next, you agree 180?
Yeah, I think a lot will depend on these two because after this you have Holder, Shepard, and Smith. And they can also whack their, you have Akilusen as well. So all of them
Yeah.
can hit sixes. So slightly disappointed as well with how Chahal and Aksar have gone about their stuff. So hopefully, if we can get a wicket now from Chahal to get hope, so it could just slow down things a bit. And then, yeah, let's see. Googly. Catch it.
Oh,
Oh,
Catch it.
yeah.
and there's long on.
Yeah.
And Nick comes there and gets a wicket on cue, sir, on cue. And 5 down and hope. Wanted to kind of go to 50 in a heroic way, if you want to
But
put
a
it that
good
way.
knock nonetheless.
Great knock.
Yeah.
45.
I think
quick turn.
it's the tempo that you want your number
Yeah.
3 to bat on. I think 45 and 29 is a good enough rate.
No, correct. And plus, it was just a stock delivery. I try to think of a reason why he couldn't execute that better. But look, he gets held out in long on, I should say, 165 and just one ball to complete the 13th over. So keep your comments coming through in terms of your predictions as well. You have 2 more overs to do that. And we have plenty of fun things in this watch alongs, not just the snacks that me and Akshay is going at, but like competition to be won. We also have this little segment that we're calling Guess the Cricketer, which we'll put out in due course. And that's something to just kind of tease us in terms of our brains on a Saturday night and what kind of clues we can stitch together. I also want to ask you boys this simple question, right? With regards to India right now, and who knows they'll pick for the Asia Cup. But I will shout out some names, and all you guys have to tell me is either bench,
All right,
start,
fair.
and drop. Okay? So bench, start, and drop. So I'll start with you, Akshay, and then next you can go as well. Rohit Sharma, bench, start, drop. Asia Cup.
Because he starts. Like, how are you benching the skipper?
Starts for you?
Yeah, quick starts.
Okay, quick start. Virat Kohli, bench, starter.
Starts.
Drop. KL Rahul, if fit.
Starts.
Okay. Next, Shreyas Iyer, if fit. Bench, starter, drop.
Starts, definitely starts.
Starts. Yuzvendra Chahal, bench, starter, drop.
Bench.
Okay.
I'm thinking bench to dropped. I'm just thinking. Who are our spin options?
You just have to go quickly. You don't have time
Drop.
to linger.
Ah,
Ishan Kishan,
Dropped.
dropped.
Benched. All right.
Okay.
Because, I mean, stop doing that. We give our answers, no judgments.
No, yeah, just one word. Sanju Samson.
Dropped.
Okay. Ravindra Jadeja, next.
Are
Hey,
Sanju
start.
Samson only because you said Rahul Iyer fit, just to be clear.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah.
I know people are making up all your answers. Ravindra Jadeja, would you start, bench, or drop?
Start. He starts.
Okay. What about Mohammad Siraj?
Definitely starts.
Definitely starts.
Yeah, of
100%,
course.
we all
Yeah.
agree. Surya Kumar Yadav, start, bench, drop.
If everyone's fit, then probably even
Bench.
drop. Yeah, benched, maybe
Yeah.
even drop. Like if they have too many options available.
Yeah, when I say bench, I mean in the 15.
Of course, that's what.
Akshar Patel, start, bench, drop. Oh, why are you laughing now?
As much as he'd love to say starts, it is bench. Could also be drop.
Yeah, probably. That's the thing, right? Like in isolation, it's hard to say.
I think it'll eventually come down between Chahal and Aksar, I feel. In
Yeah.
the 15.
No, I think so too.
Benched, maybe, yeah.
Bench.
By the way, Santosh, I'm just sorry to interrupt you. He says,
No, we'll move on.
please don't restrict watch-alongs to just India
So
matches."
how do you want us to go about it?
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, if we could be doing every compelling game, we'll do it. Like I think Australia, South Africa also are gonna have a T20 series sometime soon.
Yeah, next month.
So we want to do stuff for that, but then obviously we have to set precedent. So
But he's talking about the World Cup, though.
the World Cup, essentially, because it's a 50-over competition, we're asking everyone, how do you guys want us to do watch-alongs for ODIs? Would you want us to do the 25 overs bit in the end of the second innings? Or do you want us to do the starting
Yeah.
of the game and the ending of the game? You have to tell us some solutions
Exactly,
and
Santosh.
alternative. And what better way to understand it from them than just kind of dilly-dally and go around. What we propose, though, is match previews and reviews for ODIs, because we can at least get that out of the way. And sometimes you can never kind of predict how an ODI is going to go. Sometimes it'll last, 50 overs, plays
Exactly,
50
yeah.
overs. Sometimes it's like a damn squib. So we'll have to really pick and choose. But match reviews is a guaranteed 100%. By the way, you guys have 10 balls to keep your predictions coming through. Let's see if anyone wins tonight. Big up on the winners from the previous watch-alongs. There was Jagmeet Singh Oberoi. I think Sanjay Papyagiri won a particular merchandise as well. I might be wrong, but a few others, of course. Shaunak, if you're there, or has he taken a dinner break?
No, he's taken a break for sure. Dinner, Lou, that's something he'll have to confirm. But yeah, Jagmeet Singh Oberoi did win in the previous watch along. Monday Night Live saw one of user 9#.
And by the way, this is the Monday Night Live. With regards to me, Nix and Akshay, we'll be talking about everything, like I said, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Not tomorrow, the day after. I keep thinking it's Sunday today. Tomorrow we'll be here doing the watch along at 8 p.m. So 3 back-to-back live shows for you and me, friend. I mean, essentially, that's how my life is kind of panned out. Every Saturday, Sunday, just do live shows.
And Monday now, of course.
And now Monday as well. So, so Mukesh's first over, coming back to the game. So far on 10, rate Mukesh Kumar the death bowler.
Oh, I really like him. He's
been
really good.
So is he like a flat 7.5? I think he's a 7.5 for me. So far.
Why 7.5?
Maybe more. Maybe more.
8?
Like,
why not 9?
Yeah, maybe an 8 or 9.
Yeah. No, but how did you arrive at 7.5?
Because I don't think the wickets are there for him to be seen. But like if people just look at his data from this series, they would just be like, yeah, what are you talking about?
But he's got a good Yorker and he's been very consistent with it, not just in terms of attempts, but also execution, which is where most people get it wrong. Like someone like a Harshal Patel also attempts it quite often, but he gets it wrong. He gets it wrong even more often.
And he was a man kind of deputed with this kind of role, right? So, Nix, how do you say Mukesh Kumar the death bowler? Really quick.
Yeah, really quick, and so far it's been good. The challenge actually arises in your next set of series. Then when people are now starting to ready that okay, we know what this is your only option. So as Akshay also pointed out, when people know, then they start to line it up differently, and then is where your challenge comes. If you can keep up with it, if you can evolve, have a change of pace, or have a wide dipping Yorker, so all of that will be what we'll want to see of Mukesh in the coming time. So with the love for him very evident from the squad, I'm sure we'll see more of that in the coming times.
But what are the weapons in his armory so far? He just has obviously he's perfected the Yorker a little bit, but he doesn't have any sort of
short ball,
funky sort of slow balls, right?
No.
Yeah.
Like, look at that Yorker, bro.
He's good with it.
That's really well bowled.
Yeah.
Yep. I think so far kudos to him for the execution. Just hopefully, again, it's a role. It's a very difficult and a thankless job as well, because you could easily go for 40 despite bowling well. So that is something to look out for. Just on that watch along bit, you could actually throw in 10 overs across 2 innings. Like power play, last 10, power play, last 10. And then everybody gets to chill in the middle overs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Then it becomes a headache for us to create new links, but we'll figure a way out. But we really appreciate all the feedback. Advait Anand adding to the conversation, saying for ODIs, watch along might be getting too long, but just hop out on the stream. And that's essentially what we want to do as cricket fans. So, like I said, I've designated something called the emergency watch alongs. We might be using that a whole host more. Start of the second innings to give somebody the first innings and then come back with the 5 overs chase. I mean, it's dreams and aspirations that the viewers have of us. But we'll try our best.
And thank
100%.
you so much for having these comments and letting us know what exactly would you want. We'll also keep these in mind while planning our World
Cup. My word! I was just gonna say Akshar's last over before the prediction competition also. So that's something to watch out for. A couple of fans have held onto the ball, or they take a picture with it, and he throws it back in. So Romario Shepherd also is no mug with a bat.
Yeah.
Is this the over they kind of take down Akshar?
I can see that happening. 2-3 sixes at least, like they'll be aiming for that. Even if they lose the wicket in the process, it's fine. They've got batting.
So Akshar has bowled 3.1 overs so far in this game and gone for 36.
Maro, are
And now has he struck? Has he struck? Oh, he has. Nearly a collision, but Samson holds on. And Akshar has the last laugh. Rakshak Venktesh saying India bats or second innings watch along, whichever is preferable. We really appreciate that. We got to get an understanding from you guys in terms of what content you guys like, A, and B, it's clear that you guys like the longer format of content, our live content, and we're more than happy to give it to you. So
and
good stuff over there.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. We did not include it last time because we already had a bunch of different topics. That's something we will definitely include in the upcoming M&A. Thank you so much for letting us know. We'll definitely have
that. We'll discuss Prithvi Shaw, we'll discuss CPL look ahead, we'll discuss Asia Cup early predictions, lots
India
more on the
Ireland
Monday night
series, of course.
India Ireland is there as well. So it's good to be following us on cricket.com essentially.
Thank you so much, Mayur.
And we mentioned the All squad over there. The big breaking news from there was what the Labuschagne not making it in the ODI thing, a bloke called Aaron Hardy coming in.
Aaron Hardy, the all-rounder.
So, I mean, keep letting us know what you wanted us to talk about in the Monday Night Live. We'll 100%. Take some feedback in the Watchalong from Sunday's show as well.
We can also talk about Bangladesh. Tamim Iqbal, he's also having a ride there. He's taking the BCB for a ride.
That is true.
I mean, it's almost sad to see the way he's...
You could have a good option for the thumbnail is we could have Sunny Deol on the thumbnail because not for Gadar too, but because everybody's calling out retirement and then coming out of it to play. So, just a recurring theme.
So that will be interesting. Now, Akshar, he's kind of come back well, but who's he going to be bowling to now? Jason Holder.
Yeah.
I'm Jason Holder.
I think Holder just give it to Atmar. I think that's the rule. 3 balls if Atmar has at Aksar.
Yeah, both the RR batters, remember. But 119 for 6. You have 3 balls to say your prediction. So I'll go lock in my final prediction. And you can pen this down, Shaunak. From me, I'm going to go for a bold 150 again.
How is that bold?
It's not bold.
I'll tell you why it's
that's
bold.
RCB play bold. Okay. That's RCB play bold. Okay.
RCB play bold. That's the one. I'll tell you why. People will be like, yeah, why? That's not bold and stuff. 150 because this series has flirted with scores of just 150. So I think 150 again or 151. So 150 I'll go for.
All right.
I just see like a wicket. I mean, a wicket's being lost, dude. I don't think Hetman is going to bat till the death.
That's what I see.
Might be completely wrong, but...
Yeah, it's a prediction at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I see Hetmeyer probably sticking in and finally gets a good knock under his belt. So I would say 170.
170?
Yeah. 5 overs, 50 runs. It's not unheard of.
Okay, next.
I'll go with 159.
159, like it.
All
Mayur
right.
saying 140 all out. Pulkit saying 162. 140 all out will be pretty ambitious from here. But last ball to get your predictions coming through. And we're going to take these as a final one. So please, all you keyboard warriors out there, it's 121 for 6, 15 overs up. So let loose in the comments. And Shaunak will pay attention to all those particular scores. Shaunak, what I'd like you to do as well is put out that Guess the Cricketer question so we can just get all our viewers thinking about few other things, which is fun on the watch along. Remember, there's no prizes for this, but shout out to all the winners right now who get this. Now, this is what we're asking, Akshay. On this day in 1993, this Asian player made his international debut in a limited over format against India. He went on to play 301 internationals, grabbing the most players at the series award, 11 all in all, but he never captained his side. Can you name this legend of the game? I have no clue, but I'd like you guys to help me. So,
I did. The first star that came to my mind was Inzi, but Inzi did play the 92 World Cup, so that doesn't make sense. So maybe Arvinda De Silva, Arjuna Ranatunga.
I'm more on the lines of Mohammad Yusuf, someone like that over here.
If I'm not wrong, Yusuf,
but he didn't make his debut in 1993. Saeed Anwar, maybe?
Anwar is a decent shout.
But yeah, I mean, you let us know in the comments. Next, any particular ones?
Yeah, what do you think?
Come to your mind? Players?
Yeah, I think for me, the catch is most player of the series. So most player of the series, definitely, of course, not Sachin. Asian hai.
Definitely not Sachin.
But he said that without his face there, so you can morph his voice also.
But
it could be a bowler or maybe like bowler intense, Murli or somebody. I don't know who else.
Murli is also good.
Chamanda was
93.
Yeah, but sorry, that's what I was figuring. I don't know the exact date of.
I actually don't know the answers for this, so I'll actually have to WhatsApp Melville or Sameer because the social media guys did it. But yeah, keep us I mean, keep your answers in the comments, and we'll
True.
try to tell you if you guys are right or wrong. By the way, we've locked in all the predictions, so it's done. Mukesh in his second over in this fourth T20 International. If you're liking the corner, please like the video as well and share it to all your cricket friends. 123 for 6. And Hetmyer, I mean, essentially, do you even miss him at RCB? Right?
I
just
was
want to ask
missing
you,
him.
because like I remember how Shub and Gurkita used to praise Hetmyer in terms of when he was in DC and he was really good for them. And even if you look at the stats since IPL 2021, Hetmyer is the best West Indies batter, more than anyone else.
But again,
But do you like him? Do you miss him at RCB?
not really. Like even in the current squad, I don't know where would you play him. Like
Okay.
it's hard to imagine. But yeah, he's a good player.
What?
Oh,
Hey, nice.
By the way,
Nice.
Mayur, your 140 is coming up, brother.
Yeah.
Most player of the series for his team.
Yeah, for his team.
Yeah, for his team.
What is like? What's the Mayur? What else
I mean,
could it
there's
be?
no funky element in that question, Mayur.
Yeah, Vas is a good shout. Even I felt that. Let's see. Who else?
Chaminda Vas's action was brilliant.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, I would have gone for Wasim and all, but then the debut date is
Yeah,
1993.
Yeah.
1993, very odd year.
WPU JC Vas.
Were you a 93 born?
Bhai, itna
You're 93.
buddha, 98.
Oh, you're 98.
Itna
Lad.
buddha.
See, it doesn't make a difference. Please don't go on birthdays. Let's change the topic.
Don't judge his book by its cover. So, I honestly, I thought you were
Yeah.
93.
Itna buddha.
Shocking.
Wow. I genuinely don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
Now I
No, no,
understand Akshar Patel. Now it makes sense.
How?
Because you're like more like boomer, Gen Z kid. You know what I mean?
Again,
So he's a zoomer.
कहीं से कुछ भी कुछ
So
भी
I'm just chuckling in these peanuts, and there's nothing wrong with these peanuts. I'm just laughing my ass off. By the way, Odin Smith is back in the West
Oh,
New
yeah.
Jersey with a mustache and all of that. Let's see how he's going
nice.
to cope with Mukesh Kumar. By the way, Pulkit say, Mulitar, keep your comments coming through. I honestly, we have to bring
I was
the
about to
answer.
ask you, yeah. So, what's the plan? How are you going to announce? Jayasurya has surely captained, right? Oh, Jayasurya is a good shout, though. Yeah, Jayasurya.
Yeah.
Interest.
But he's captain, na? Wait.
Oh, yeah. When did he captain? Has he?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know.
I mean,
Of course he
98
captain.
one.
He's captain a lot. Murli.
A lot. When was he Sri Lanka captain? Because I know it was.
When Sri Lanka won the Champions Trophy 2002, he was captain.
No,
Of course.
that was Arvind De Silva.
No, Atapada
Atapattu.
wasn't. It was Jayasurya.
I know
100%.
Jayasurya wasn't with Ganguly.
He was not
winning the
Arvind De
trophy.
Silva.
No, not De Silva. Maybe Atapattu. I don't think Jayasurya was with Ganguly in that photo. Shared trophy, na? It was a shared.
It was Jayasurya.
Was
it was Jayasurya.
Knicks? आपके इलाका I was 4 then.
Can we Google
Check.
this? 2002 Sri
अरे
Lanka's captain.
मेरे इलाका मतलब ठीक है. ले Google छोड़.
Google.
चलो.
Oh, one
coming
second.
back
It's a
to-
free hit.
Coming back.
It's a free hit.
चलो भाई कुछ तो कर लो.
One second. Sorry.
The wicket's gone.
The wicket's
Yeah.
gone.
Post the wicket. It's a
Post
free
the
hit to
wicket.
Hetmyer. Just to be clear,
Oh
so
my
Hetmyer gets a
word.
free hit.
Jayasurya was the captain.
When 2002 Champions Trophy.
Yes, see you. And this is how he's going to get Akshay Patel all messed up for India, I'm telling
ए
you.
भाई मैं तब 3-4 साल का
Zadija.
था क्या चल रहा है
Okay, Mukesh, how's he going to do with his free hit?
शॉट यार
Oh, that's
छक्का!
off his 6. You're having a laugh. I don't think many people are like that with their predictions being skewed right now, but what a shot. What a
That's
shot
good
from
shot.
Hetmyer.
That's a
And
good
this is what I was telling you as 5 overs ago. Hetmyer has it in him to get you a quick fire, bloody 40, 50, dare I say 60, but he's just scooped that with ultimate ease for 6. And Mukesh Kumar, I mean, full toss, but he didn't expect that.
True. Rakshak asks Murli, but have you asked for the answer, by the way? Avnish?
No.
Excellent.
Shona, can we just get the answer from Samir?
Yeah, if you could help us out with that.
Or Melville. Actually, Melville.
Yep.
Wherever Melville is.
सबके नाम बता दे बस पूरे
Melville, if you're listening to me, my friend.
yeah, do let us know. And yeah, so 36 of 27. What do you think about this inning so far from Hetmyer Knicks? Because like openers wale to sab aggressively start kiye the. Hetmyer did take his time. It's not like he's exploded so far. A strike rate of what mid 130s right now. So what do you make of it?
But this is just probably just playing to the situation because Hope was going well, so he didn't have to really take the attack. And I mean, just a typical Hetmar innings where he's now going to look to go big in the last 4. I'm very, very interested to see if Kuldeep doesn't bowl his 4 because he's got 1 to bowl.
That actually won't surprise me because suddenly they'll just be like, no, sorry, we already entered the death. Kuldeep, you're not in it.
So who do you see bowling the final?
Arshdeep 2, Mukesh 2, ideally. Right.
Yeah. And
Arey,
Chahal has one, right?
Chahal is bowled out, 4 overs 36.
Chahal bowled out, sorry. So then Hardik will have one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think Hardik is going to bowl. No, I don't think Hardik will bowl.
But he's bowled just the 1 over so far.
Just the 1 over.
So Kuldeep doesn't bowl out. That's for sure.
Really?
Yeah, because Mukesh and Arshdeep. I don't see
Do you want
Kuldeep.
some dark chocolate?
Sure, how much?
Good dark chocolate's pretty good for health.
I like dark
It's
chocolate.
really nice.
Yeah.
More than the milk chocolate.
Are you hoping
Yeah.
for a wicket?
think-
That's the only reason.
Wicket.
Kuldeep bowling then. Okay, cool.
Oh, it is Kuldeep.
Oh, wow.
It is Kuldeep.
Yeah. Now if Kuldeep can get Hetmar like he did with Chahal got Hope, then this score could be manageable. Let's see. Let's see where he goes. Hey, by horrible ball, bach gaya.
अरे यार मारने वाला बॉल था भाई.
No, but you know, for a split second, I thought he just hit it straight to short fine leg. Which could be a
He's going to go.
Nah,
But what's your call next?
this ball wasn't a plan.
It's either
Long
the
on.
fam-
Long on. Long on.
Shot!
Oh my God.
What a shot! This is the exact shot.
Too good.
When Gurkirat said, Chahal can bowl wide, this is the exact shot I visualize in my head. Hetmyer can do this very easily. Inside out, over.
But you know
Loft
that
it
also
over.
tells me every
What
time
a shot.
I give you one of these products, which is
And if it
closer,
happens, yeah.
it's closer to the Caribbean, it's from the US. And every time I give you the Indian snack, India takes a wicket, so please. Maska Chaska for the
Arey
win.
rakhna.
I know you want West Indies to win, but broke about 2-2. Imagine doing the Watchalong tomorrow 3-1.
Ooh, arey yaar.
Oh my word, that's
Kuldeep's
sloppy.
livid.
I think the rule has to change. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter whichever way it goes, but I think it's there in SA20. Yeah.
Yeah. But even then, I remember in SA20, despite this rule being there, a pair, despite that, took a run. And they didn't even change it. The umpires didn't even realize that had happened and they didn't even null it.
But what's the rule you guys are talking about?
So SA20, they had the rule where if it hits the stumps, if a fielder hits the stumps, the ball's considered dead. You can't run on, you can't have
No, I don't
overthrows.
like that rule.
It has to be there. That's unfair. Ben Stokes, 2019 World Cup.
Yeah, but how often does that happen in the game of cricket?
It happens quite often. Often enough for it
No,
to
I'm
not
saying like now
exist.
they took it shy at the wicket.
Yeah.
That's also comes down to the fielder whether to throw or not, right?
अरे भाई, but क्यों चाहिए? Why are
No,
you
Eventually,
accurate?
No, but then ultimately in a run-out situation, the batter is trying to get an advantage, so is the bowler. But it basically is a test for your temperament as well, whether you throw at times or you just don't.
No.
He was well
Which
in,
is-
he could have thrown that. Go on,
but
go on.
which is fine. But the problem is, it's you are then rewarding good feeling or good effort. That is the bottom line.
True, I get that. But think about it. Every time a batter can, I know it's anyway a batter's game, but anytime a batter can just pull a run, bro. There's a reason why you're also, it's a gamble. Every time you throw the ball at the wickets in an attempt for a run out, you're taking a gamble. There's a reason why there's a contingency plan from fielding teams also saying be his backup there.
अरे,
But
but the backup can't do anything if it hits.
no,
the
I
stumps,
agree
na?
with you, Nix. I fully agree with you. It's just like unfortunate part of sport where sometimes you just have to take these things.
But I don't know
But
whether
that Ben Stokes example is a good example, but how often will we see it?
often
It
enough.
doesn't matter, na. I mean, if
Yeah.
it happens at that point of time, then you don't have to happen like 10 times.
Exactly.
I
By
mean,
the
make
way-
for a good debate actually. This,
Yeah,
so let us
can
know in the
continue
comments.
that topic, but Anirudh makes an interesting point as statsman. He says the ball that basically Hetmyer just
No, it was 116 kilometers an
yeah,
hour.
highly unlikely.
That he
It's-
just released it, Kuldeep Yadav. Oh my God, Ani, that's mad.
No, I don't think that was one of his quicker ones. I'm guessing the speed gun got that wrong.
Speaking of our stats, man, he's going to be kind of taking this space with Akash Sivasubramaniam in the mid innings to help the chatter kind of blossom as well. They'll talk about all the good numbers. They'll talk about different things as well. Not being the biggest fan of JioCinema commentary this tour, saying Mayur Madiwalar.
We've been fortunate enough and lucky enough to not hear a single word of it.
Yeah,
So-
because like every watch along since we've done, and we started doing watchalongs since the Asia Cup last year, which has like been quite fun. Every time we're in the studio, we're watching the games on mute. So I haven't even heard the live commentary. Obviously, at highlights we have when Virat won that game at the MCG, we watched it on mute, and it was
So did I.
insane, right?
For
So
a
it was just
completely
like
different reason, but so
quite
did I.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why did you watch it on mute?
Let's not just move along.
Oh my god! Why did you have to bring it up?
I
You brought
didn't.
it up.
I just said so did I, and I thought you'll move along. I didn't expect nothing.
Bro, curiosity.
The last thing,
Yeah.
the last thing you expect Avnish to do is move on.
Exactly, man. Come on. Curiosity always kind of kills a cat.
Believe bhai sahab, ab aage badho, aage
So
badho.
where were you? Were you down under?
So
Were you down under?
Parth meanwhile says, why doesn't anyone talk about Sanju's
You were down under, pun intended. Holy shit, you were down under, pun intended.
T20I number.
But why would you be in mute? I mean,
बंद करो उसका.
Parth, by the way, if you're new, subscribe. You guys might be
Yeah.
wondering what we're having fun on Saturday night. Look, we're having fun on a lot of things, but we're just trying to make this much more entertaining. Sanju and T20 internationals. I mean, it's sad because like the kind of cricket that he wants to play isn't translated in the numbers. And if people actually see all those T20s he's been part of, you'll get a clearer picture. If you go through scorecards and just open up cricket.com, type Sanju Samson and see his numbers, it won't really dazzle you. But on the contrary, his ODI numbers are really good. And people that are saying the same thing about whatever Sky's. But you guys take this. Why do you think he has bad numbers? Is it because he's batted at every position? He hasn't had a fixed position? What do you put it down to?
There's something we've spoken about before as well. More than position, he's not had a consistent run. He's not been given an entire series of at least 2 to 3 series or tournaments where he could play 8-10 matches at least in a row for India.
Yeah.
He's at best, if I'm not wrong, played 5 consecutive T20Is for India in a career where he made his debut in 2013-14, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So given
Same.
given that it's hard to be consistent when your playing days are so inconsistent.
Yeah.
You don't know when you're going to play, you don't know when you're going to feature. It makes it difficult if you get to play just the odd game here and there every year. So it does become hard.
And I also have to take into consideration, Nick's this different selection panels he's been through in terms of an Indian cricketer. I remember him making his T20 international debut in 2013 or 14, and it's 2023 right now, and he's just been privy to 2021 games for India in T20 internationals. So what do you put it down to? Do you think because also the role that he's been assigned, it's very grey. There's no black and white with him.
Yeah, and I think also he doesn't open now. So if you open, then you are a favorite in Indian cricket because then everybody will make space for you in every other format. So because you're batting in the lower order, it is easier to pick, easier to drop as well. And as Akshay pointed out, not enough games in a row in a consistent role. This is probably the first time that is getting a run like this. So that should hopefully merit him playing the Island series, and which is why I'm very keen to see where he plays.
Oh, no. Just stop it. Everyone thinks you're probably from Trinidad right now.
Come on, man.
You're from Tumku, not Trinidad. Yeah, sorry, Nick. Yeah, sorry, Nick. You were saying?
So I'm saying the point is, hopefully in the Ireland series, I'm very keen to see where he bats because you'll have Gaikwad Jaiswal up top, but then, sorry?
And Rinku Jitesh, like it's not like they don't have finishers or something, so they
but
can
both
use
them might not start, right?
At least one.
One might
So
start, yeah.
the thing is, you have Gaikwad, you have Jaiswal, you have Tilak, you have Rinku. So does Samson now slot in at 5 or he sticks at 6? If he sits at 6, then who are you going to have 3 lefties in a row? I don't know what they're going to do.
No, it's a good point that he makes because now that I think about it, they might even tell Samson, listen, you'll start as wicketkeeper and they won't immediately throw someone like Jitesh in. And he'll just break the monotony of the left-handers, like he said.
I mean,
because even think about it, Akshay, he's batted at 3, 4, 5, 6 in the series. I mean, even the ODIs he played, right?
Fair. I don't mind that as well, as long as he's being given a chance.
But which position would you like to see Sanju thrive? Because what he plays for in RR will never happen in India, let's be fair.
I'm
and
just trying to
slugged
think.
away, and there'll be 2 more here.
So what? Jaiswal and Gaikwad to open.
Yeah.
Number 4, I would want Tilak at number 4. So number 3, I don't know. Is Sky a part of the squad?
But bro, isn't it sad that we're deciding the youngsters' batting order instead of someone who's been here for so long? And by the way, good 50 from Shimron, hit by 25 balls. We'll come back to that. 18 overs on 153 for 7. Just to finish this Sanju chat, I mean, let's give him the little bit of respect he deserves, bro.
He does deserve respect, no doubt. That's why I was actually going to say probably if
Because
Sky isn't there,
how many
number
times
3.
how many times are we deciding Rohit and Kohli and all these other big experienced players batting position depending on the youngsters to fill it?
Agreed, which is why I was going to say if Sky isn't a part of the squad, which I'm not entirely sure of, then I don't mind seeing Sanju at number 3.
And let him own it.
Yeah, for the series.
But then I think that is not going to help anyone.
Because
if your plan is to have Sanju long term as a finisher, then 3 you are just going to sacrifice a spot for a series, which again I don't know if it will help. See, it's a fair way to go that yes, you give him a good important spot, but then you have to stick to your rules. Eventually,
that's also a fair point.
Yeah.
So you see Tilak at number 3.
No, I'm with Nix on this. I think that Sanju, if he has to bat for 3 at India, I don't think that helps us in the longer run, because invariably 1, 2, 3 we know will be decided by one or the other in the big tournaments, bro. It's not like they've given Sanju a long rope where we know that, oh yeah, he can actually bang the door down. So I think if you want to give Sanju a fair crack in T20 internationals going ahead and in the twilight of his career, use him at 5 and 6. And even in Rajasthan Royals, let him do that too.
I agree. I mean, the Sanju at number 3 ship has sailed for sure. I agree. And come to think of it, Nix does make a valid point. It makes no sense for just a 3-match series to have him at number 3 and then send him down.
And there's still a lot of time in someone like Sanju Samson's career. I'm comparing it to someone like a Dinesh Karthik who reinvented that whole finishing thing before the World Cup, which acted really well for his audition to make the squad, make the 11. So,
but that's where the problem is, right? Dinesh Karthik was able to reinvent himself because he was given that opportunity in the IPL. With Sanju, he plays at number 3 in the IPL, and then now he's expected.
But Sanju has even more of an advantage, Akshay, because Sanju is the captain, and he has.
But he's been the captain for the last 2 years. He's still chosen.
I know, but right now, if he has to really wait out, I'm sure he's already thought about it multiple IPL seasons. But right now, it's surely a break or make time for him if he really wants to kind of progress in this format.
I know in that spot.
ODIs, I think that there is a fit for Sanju. Is Sanju at the Asian Games Rakshaka's? I think I did see his name there.
No, not that I know of. I don't think he's there.
I don't think he's there.
Yeah.
I think Jitesh and Prabhsimran in Asian Games.
Yeah, so I think Sanju might be in the whole reserve squad for the ODIs, maybe in the first 18 at the best bet. But
18 maybe.
Any of you watching, please make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've also hit the subscribe button. And just 10 balls to go, 9 balls now. That's
and a lot of people could be winning merchandise because lots of people said 162, 169, 167, 171, 180. Some people boldly said 9 balls left, and Mukesh Kumar again has been quite decent.
Come on.
Yeah, quite decent.
Cut him some slack.
Apart from that 1 ball.
Decent kya bhai, itna acha kar rahe, isse zyada kya expect kar rahe?
No, that's why I'm not complaining at all.
Why decent?
Excellent. I said 7.5 and 10. I'd probably put that in 8.3. Is that fair? 8.3. I mean,
iske ankde pata nahi kahan se kya.
Oh, come
like
on.
People, Vaibhav yesterday told me, just अगर कुछ ऐसा number बोलना है ना, odd number बोल देने का. ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ सोचा है. वैसे ही Avnish, I'll tell something that has a decimal in it. Oh, then people might think, I'm actually thinking kuch aisa, that meme of match lady thinking confused.
That's actually a good observation.
No. 4. 4.
Oh,
4.
Still in
Good try, Jaiswal.
The 160 comes up, so even Nix's prediction is gone out of the window, unfortunately. Akshay's prediction still stands 10 of 8. Doodle Hacks with Vasan, meanwhile, saying also have another topic of discussion, which is about the impact of playing style change and players due to the IPL, like Hardik change due to captaincy, I'm guessing. And it's a good talking point that because certain players obviously either take to captaincy or they're demanded different things by their franchisees, or they're in a particular position in their career where they want to reinvent themselves, like we just spoke about right now. I think it should just be simple. for any cricketer out there. If I was a cricketer, this is the approach I take. In tests, I would just try to not accumulate not outs and stat pad, but I would just try to be a run machine and like do what Sarfraz has done as long as possible.
You're just talking about a player.
A player's mindset and his style change or whatever. In ODIs, I generally think because you have a little bit more time, and if I was a top order right-handed batter or left-handed batter, whatever, I would probably take a good 15, 20 balls to just settle in, whatever the situation is, 15, 20 balls, and then go about my innings. In T20 internationals, I will just make up my mind in terms of what's the kind of cricket I want to play. I'm not going to go by I want to be situational and stuff. For me, go out there and stick to your guns like a Sehwag. Go out there, no matter who the bowler is, where you're playing, what the situation is, see ball, hit ball. That's a proper philosophy defined. Whereas in MS, right, go out there, assess the conditions, bat super deep, and invariably try to take your game over the line. Kohli also has a certain modus operandi. I don't know what philosophies you guys had, but I would love to know if you guys were cricketers right now, what would you choose?
I mean, about this, what you said in terms of having that positive mindset, aggressive mindset. Of course, mindset is a very big, important piece, to this puzzle, but you also have to be able to back it up with skill. You can't just be like, main aate hi six marunga. You should also have that. Sehwag had the ability, and that's more important. Not just having that mindset. And I don't think there are enough people out there who have the ability to actually go from ball one. It's not as easy as it sounds.
No, but like, for example, if you're Hardik Pandya, right, you burst onto the scene 5, 6, 7 years ago in a Mumbai Indians jersey, and you left an imprint in the whole global eye that you're literally enigmatic all-rounder who has lots of intent. Then you, of course, invariably, you grow, everyone does, it's a process, you become a captain. Is it fair for the player to then change what's really got him successful? Just because he's captain. What a shot that is. That's 6 more.
Yep. And
would you change that?
See,
if you were Hardik, would you continue playing like how you've always played?
Again, I don't think Hardik is doing this by choice. He's actually his ability to go against
is on the wane.
Yeah. Hardik Pandya, the Mumbai Indians all-rounder, was really the ideal T20 all-rounder. Could give you 4 overs, hit 140, be aggressive from ball one. With Gujarat Titans in the last 2 seasons, again, I'm just sticking to IPL because he's not played a lot of T20Is in the last couple of years. His ability to go against pace has gone down. It's not like he's calm, like he's sort of
changed his
suppressing himself, or he wants to play. He's
okay. So you're basically saying it's skill more than will.
Exactly. Abbe yaar.
Taken Tilak Verma. What a catch that is. And like I said, a quick fired 60 from Hetmyer will suit them nicely. And I was spot on. I'm not like praising myself, or maybe I am. I'm maybe the donkey over here. But 167 for 8, 5 balls to go. Nick's just coming back to you with this conversation. One of the guys said Hardik, and he's taken the example of that. I'll take the example of MS, right? When MS came on, you remember that 2005, that knock he played against Pakistan and Vizag, then that 183 against Sri Lanka and Jaipur. And we knew that crazy MS Dhoni thing. Then we saw MS in the twilight of his career adopting a completely different sort of role. Is that because he's matured with captaincy? He seems a more responsible guy. Do you think every cricketer has that obligation?
So I don't think it's an obligation bit. It's eventually a combination of lot of factors. Firstly, as Akshay said, you have to be skilled enough to be able to make that switch, which is where I feel an example of KL Rahul is very good, that sometimes you feel there is a lot more skill, but he's sometimes just playing to the demands. That he was an India middle order bat, he was a test middle order bat, or he's a test opener. So there is a lot of roles that he can fulfill. Which is the one that you want? He can be an aggressive T20 opener as well. So then that is a different kind of guy. And then it depends, if he's the captain like Hardik is, then he's able to take a call for himself that, okay, this is the way I want to bat. Like how MS did, that, okay, I have enough stroke makers around me. I need somebody to take the game deep. So I'll work on my game in a way that I'm able to combat that situation better. So I don't think it is as simple as an individual wanting something. It has to be in cohesion with what the team requires at that point of time, and then you working towards it so that you get a place in the 11. Like for example, a Zach Crowley right now, a Ben Duckett, a Harry Brook, they clearly know what they have to do to be part of the baseball 11.
Yeah.
Would Alistair Cook make it to Ben Stokes 11? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So then that is what it's also sometimes not in your control. What kind of, like, we talk about Brad Hodge a lot. We talk about Stuart McGill a lot. So all these things are part of the culture, that it's not just a one player taking call. It's the system, the requirement, the demands, and who's the captain, what is their philosophy, what is the coach's philosophy. So I think a lot of factors come into play there.
Yeah, and he's mentioned a couple of key ones there, Akshay. The fact that generally, if you're playing for your country, that's 4. I thought it was going to be long off, but it's just ambled across, and
mid off, long off, koi nahi.
And you're more stoked about it, rather less stoked, given the fact that it's put your prediction out of the window.
I don't care about that, but I'm
was there long
surprised.
off?
How is there no mid off or long off?
That's shocking. I've never seen that in the history.
Yeah, in T20I cricket.
I've seen that even in PS5. The AI gets it right. What is happening? Hardik's there, and he's like a wide, long, mid off more than anything. So 171 for 8, West Indies 19.3. Good chats that we had over there, and good question to be thrown out. And look, it all depends on player to player, but Nick's mentioned a couple of points. If you're wearing the jersey for your country, play it according to the situation more often than not, and cricketing smarts. See what you're good at, see what your teammates are good at. MS is a perfect example how he's kind of really enjoyed success in that sort of role. Hardik, I know, has taken a new role, but only time will tell. Like, even me as an expert, a fan, whatever, criticizing Hardik Pandya, the T20 international skipper right now, will be premature. If they lose tonight, yeah, you could probably say, okay, fine, cool. He was just kind of taking the series really lightly. But if he turns it around and still wins 3-2, then you can't say, okay, fine, he's not a winner, dude. Like, he's still walking the talk sort of thing. I mean, criticize when you literally are, whatever, going to go for it, right? But Hardik, he's still early on in terms of the T20 captain that he is, but good on him, and he's going to be leading us next year in the World Cup. So all the wishes for Hardik Pandya from my side.
On that as well. We still
but surely it has to be him.
But Rohit Sharma is going around saying he's looking forward to the 2024 T20 World Cup.
That'll just be ridiculous. It can't. By the way, a nice little serving reminder to you guys, the Statsman and Akash, please be in standby, because the mid-innings break is going to be at you right now after this ball. And you guys can ask Anirudh Kasagod anything you'd like to know in terms of all the data in today's game. He'll give you some nuggets himself, and Akash will talk to us about that Shams Malani interview and lots more. Parth Satav going on to say one more this thing.
Short, 6.
8 for 8. Gurkirat was so close. He said 177.
So my word. Tonight?
I don't think there's any winners tonight.
Yeah.
There's no winners tonight. But on that note, Nick, thank you so much for your time. We'll get in touch with you in the second innings. Have a good dinner, and we'll see you shortly. And unfortunately, no prizes for any of y'all, unfortunately, including myself for the prediction, or apparently for the viewers as well. But right now, like I said, we have lots to love in terms of the mid-innings show right now. So we can get the double aces of cricket.com in Akash and Anirudh in over here. And they'll probably answer Parth's question as well, and lots more in terms of all the data digest that you guys need. Before I just hop along and come back on, do like this video, and of course tell a friend and the family about cricket.com. I'm sure to stay plenty of content, and like I said, let's take over Akash and Anirudh right now. That's too much.
You know what? I felt this was. I'm like, why is Amnish eating gutka or something in this studio? And guys, we are here. It's not gutka.
No, it's not.
It's chocolate, yeah. But it looks like Gira Delhi. It looked like, yeah.
Ye nahi hai.
Yeah. And with that, we have the highest score in this series thus far. So what do you make of it, Anirudh? Do you think that's a winning total? Because you're saying something like 165, 170 looks like a good total here.
This pitch looks very tacky kind of a thing. Like
and in the first innings there was no spin, or it wasn't gripping. So possible that it might be chaseable one, but you still don't know, like
because the day game.
Yeah, it's a day game, and the sun starts to beat now more, and probably it might dry up or something might happen, and there is a lot of cracks already, which was visible. So I know it's just 10 minutes, but maybe as the game goes on, probably it might slow down. So it's gonna be tricky for sure. Let's hope
So the
Gill stays, because this
Yeah.
is gonna be a very important innings for Gill. That is for sure.
And for Jaiswal, because last game he was thrown into the deep because a huge total, and he came out swinging and he got out in the first over. I mean, not a huge total, but
Not
like,
a huge total,
but
but
he came out.
ball.
Yeah,
Where
it's
is the
there.
ball? It's there.
Yeah, yeah. So he got out early on, and then everybody are like, "You get the chance, but you're not converting it." Blah blah blah. But it was just one game.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
even in this game, he's gonna come out and play the same, or possibly like, okay, fine. See, this is what becomes a problem for every youngster, right? As soon as you come into the setup, and your first innings will be fearless. If you get out in that innings, and then if you get out for a low score or probably a single digit score, and then your next instinct for the next game will be, okay, fine, I have to play out at least I have to score some 20-30 runs, and then I will go about it. So for that 20-30 runs, again, he'll play slow, and that is going to become a pattern for him. So that shouldn't happen. He still has to go for it. But even if he goes for it, you are not guaranteed that, okay, fine, you might get the chance similarly.
So, I mean, also surprising that Hardik Pandya just bowled the 1 over, because as a captain, we have seen him bowl like 3 overs, 2 in the power play, and he's
this was a flat pitch, man. Why
I
would he
know,
bowl?
but that's the thing, no, with Hardik as the captain, we have seen that he likes to just involve himself in all the things, and he opens the bowling and everything. Today, at least he gave the ball to Arshdeep and said that, okay, let's take the wicket, and Arshdeep picked up 2 crucial wickets in the power play. So
the game is still not ended. So possible that he can come at number 3.
Number 3. Okay, that's a bold call.
He can come at number 3.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Any other interesting numbers from this game for you?
I mean, like, there wasn't any.
Was there a shock that Kuldeep didn't bowl that 116 kilometers?
Yeah, exactly. That is what I was telling. No, like, the reason why I said 116 was every time he bowled in the power plays first overs. I mean, like in the 16th or the 17th, that fourth ball used to be that 117 kilometer.
But yeah, today he didn't. And speaking about, I mean, Hetmeyer, he's not had the best of series.
Yeah.
He's not really converted his opportunity, and then it almost made it feel like West Indies were right in not picking him. But here he showed his he showed his skills both against pace and spin, and he took on the right matchups. I mean, he took on the people at the right time. So do you think that maybe, I mean, it's all coming in hindsight, maybe could they have used Hetmeyer as number 4, where he could have gone, I mean, he could have solidified and sort of played that innings, because Puran is going to go after from ball 1, right?
Yeah.
So could they have done that, considering Puran walked in the power play? So
they could have gone with it, but they would have saved Kuldeep for Puran again. So it wouldn't have mattered. And what I felt in Hetmeyer's innings, no doubt it was a good innings, but the thing was, Kuldeep didn't bowl the proper lines against Hetmeyer. Like if you see, like in our Twitter, we had put that out, and Kuldeep had bowled almost around to the left-handers, like 49% of his ball outside leg stump.
Okay, outside leg stump. Okay.
To the left-handers. That is like outside leg stump, which is the sweep line. You won't get wickets from that line. It's a very defensive line. You won't get it. He was economical, but he didn't go for the wickets. Like usually you expect Kuldeep to toss it up, invite the batter for a slog sweep and get a top edge or something like that. But that didn't happen. And apart from that, like, you need something for Aksar or Kuldeep to happen. Like, there has to be a bit of grip, which didn't happen.
Bit of grip, yes.
And Hetmeyer used those angles, and he tried to do it well. So it was quite a good innings.
Yeah. So is this series kind of, now think of it, right? Coming into this series, there's a lot of debate whether Chahal has to be the number 1 or Kuldeep has to be the number 1. India went with Kuldeep. India trusted Kuldeep to a level where you almost feel like he's right now India's first choice spinner. Chahal, even though he's bowled at different phases, even though he's improved at death, he's the only spinner I think who's bowled a lot of overs at the death.
Yeah.
And he's the highest wicket taker in last year's IPL at the
Last
death.
year's IPL, yeah.
But the fact that India are trusting Kuldeep more than him, do you think that is just for the T20 side of things, or even in the ODI World Cup, do you think you see him as a first choice spinner now?
The thing is, like, I see Kuldeep as a first choice spinner because he can be deceptive against both right-handers and left-handers. So that is not the case with Chahal now. Chahal, before, he used to be like good against the left-handers, not very deadly against left-handers, but he used to be good against the left-handers. But in recent times, he has been conceding somewhere around 9.8 from 2022 in T20Is against left-handers, as compared to 6.8 against right-handers. So that is very big. That's a very big difference. So if you see Kuldeep, he's ready to bowl against left-handers and right-handers, irrespective of what his matchup is. He's ready to, like, the captain is ready to trust him. Okay, fine. So if that is the case, then Kuldeep becomes the first choice spinner. And if you want to strengthen your batting lineup, then play with either Washi and Jadeja, or Jadeja and Akshar.
Because that's my next question. You said this, right, that Kuldeep is great against right-handers and left-handers. But if India do have somebody like Washington Sundar, or say even Ashwin for that fact, right, who can turn the ball away and great against left-handers, then would you prefer Chahal? Because there is also Jadeja. So imagine Jadeja and Chahal bowling in tandem. It's like, Jadeja is not going to go for runs, and Chahal has that opportunity to pick up wickets on back of that. And you have somebody like Washi or Ashwin against left-handers. So is it a case of combination, or is it locked? I mean,
see, like, if you have Kuldeep locked in your 11, then it becomes like, if you have too many left-handers in the middle order, or maybe like, for example, the West Indies side now over here have like what, Myers at the top. Myers at the top. As soon as you see Myers, you can go with Washington Sundar.
Yeah, in the power play.
So in the power play, and number 4 will be your Nicholas Puran.
Again,
or even if you want to promote Hetmeyer, again there is another left-hander.
Yeah.
So you can play around with Washington Sundar in the power play, though he's not been that effective. But still, you can go around with him, and like, his style of bowling suits the power play. So it's much better to go with Washington Sundar, and the other side of it is like, he gives you that batting. So with Yuzvendra Chahal over here, the only thing is, like, you don't have batting.
Yeah, that's true.
So once when you go with Chahal, so you will be dropping Sundar.
Yeah.
And then you will be having Jadeja as your fixed one. So Kuldeep and Jadeja will be your fixed spinners almost in every conditions. Because if the pitch is conducive for spinners like this, then Akshar is not going to be that effective.
Yeah.
Because Jadeja is much better in these kind of surfaces than Akshar with the ball. Even though if he doesn't pick up wickets, he contains the runs.
He's very economical. Yeah.
Automatically, your two spinners will be Jadeja and Kuldeep. So the toss is between Chahal and Sundar. If you look into the secondary skill
set, yeah, Sundar
will be preferred ahead. Because if you go with Chahal, then the next 3 will be like
basically number 11s.
Yeah,
number 11s. Yeah.
Because you can't expect anybody to hit a 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that India will have to look at it. If you guys agree with this, you can leave your comments, and you can also join in this argument by posting your own opinion on the same. But yeah, I mean, we're soon, the second innings going to start. India need to get a good start in the power play. So what is
Gill?
Yeah, that's my next one. What is your prediction? Because eventually Avnish is going to ask people about their prediction. So let me just kickstart it right here. So what is your prediction of the first 6 overs? Looking at how the series has panned out.
I think India will be around 49 for 1. 49 to 50 for 1, maybe.
It's a brave call. I'm assuming it will be somewhere like 51 for 2 or something.
51
yeah,
for
because
2.
They're going to go strong and they'll end up losing wickets. So that's where it'll be interesting to see.
I think, like, whenever Gill is under the pump, he tends to perform well.
Yeah.
That we have seen that, like, even in I know every time he has been under the pump, he has got it in Ahmedabad, but
Mhm.
like that is different.
Yeah.
That is completely different, but
Yeah,
still,
we can't.
irrespective
Yeah.
of whatever
we
it
can't
is.
we can't bring that pitch here, but yeah.
Irrespective of whatever it is, but even though if you are under the pump and you are batting in your favorite venue,
Mhm.
it's not going to be that easy to make a commanding performance.
Mhm.
You can perform well,
Mhm.
but commanding performance is
Mhm.
what is required from Gill now,
Gill.
because everything around Gill is like, okay, fine, like how why was Gill preferred ahead, so
Yeah.
ahead of Jaiswal or whatever it
Mhm.
is, like, because both of them had a similar kind of an IPL.
Yeah, I mean, debatable that you could also argue that Jaiswal in the power play was more destructive.
Yeah.
But again, he didn't convert it. Gill converted it. There's a lot of arguments there, but see, that's where cricket is a funny game, right? See, Gill is not performed in the last 2 tests and in the
I mean,
ODIs
throughout this series,
exactly,
apart
that's
from
what-
that 85,
so
there was
3
nothing.
plus 2 plus 2, yeah, almost 7 innings or 7 games.
7.
And immediately there is a pressure on him saying that is he good?
Yeah.
Is he good enough? So that's where I think, I mean, you don't know. Again, he's a talent.
See, the thing is, like, in India, what happens is, like, as soon as somebody with a name or a fame comes in, okay, fine. So Jaiswal has come in with a fame.
Yeah, Tilak.
So Tilak has come in with a fame. So he, when you kickstart your career in the first 5 to 10 innings, if you score around that average of 40, then he's gonna be a legend.
Yeah.
But you do not consider a batter if he's scoring at 20. You don't consider him to be a legend.
Of
No,
course.
he's gone.
Yeah,
That's all. Thank you.
Drop him.
Drop
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
So that is how it runs, right? Like, see, the thing is, like, when we posted
and slashed in for a boundary.
He starts it with a boundary.
Yes.
His first boundary in T20I.
And what a way to get there.
Okay, our time is up.
Yes.
And the boys are here to recharge.
Recharge. Yeah, we welcome
We
Amish
welcome
and
Amnish and Akshay.
Akshay back into the studio.
Yeah, we say soak up the fun in the Caribbean so often in that Watchalong sting. We are literally soaking up all the fun because it's coming up to a nice crescendo in the series, 2-1, and it could be 2-2. We're 1 innings away from witnessing that, and Jaiswal's already giving us a Jaiswal start. This one, Akshay, another one similar to his first ever boundary in T20 International, like our statsman Anirudh Kasargod said there. By the way, give us a complete lowdown, should I say, about what you guys are enjoying for dinner or drinks on a Saturday night. Always keen to know. We tried to have a quick bite, but just couldn't. I went out to get some fresh air. He went to get some water, play a couple of balls of office cricket.
Busy playing office cricket, yeah. Oh, shot! No.
Oh my word.
Is that a 4?
It could be going to the boundary. No,
Isn't.
just a single. So 5 for none, 3 balls in, sink your streams in, and all of that. And like this particular video, if you guys are just joining us, I feel like I keep saying, a broken tape recorder, but I have to do it. It's my duty. Now, what are India's plans in this chase? Go hard at the top in the first 6, 60 for none, and then walk it through?
They have to, just like last game, Surya and Tilak, they really went after the bowlers in the power play. They got to 60, if I'm not wrong, at the end of the power play.
But Gill's playing for his place now, right?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Oh!
Which is why I'm not sure how would Gill go about it. I know Jaiswal's approach would be clear.
By the way, how many Rajasthan Royals players are playing today? Hetmeyer, Holder, McCoy, Jaiswal, Chahal, Samson.
Yeah, 6.
That's mad. Is this the most ever Rajasthan Royals teams had so many of their cricketers play at once? Honestly, only time will tell. Holder's also there, so 6 incomplete. Advite. It always looks the I.
Yeah, that's what I actually wanted to ask him. There's an I, there's an A. Just let us know what the pronunciation is in case we're getting it wrong. And if you are,
but I agree with you. Yeah, we do barely have Mustapha. Like even back in the day, I think Dhoni, Raina, Yusuf Pathan was
Dhoni, Pathan, sure, but you wouldn't associate Raina with muscle alone.
Yeah, but he had that Chinnatala muscle. You know, like that small little packs a punch sort of thing.
Who's the bulkiest? Like like Dhoni-esque, like
Dhoni.
very raw.
There's no one.
Yusuf
Hardik
was,
Pandya when he buffed on the scene.
nah, he was never buffed or never muscular enough to. He was always skinny.
That's
so.
true.
Shaw!
Oh, those are just one of the shots where you literally just instantly clap.
But this has been a bad start from Obed McCoy. Like short wide, full wide. He really got his lines
Still a
wrong.
better start than Akshar Patel.
But that
I
was
mean, not
more
to take the mickey out of you, but
No,
none
no.
for 14, none for 10. Come on. you
But
guys
in
have the
his
answers.
defense, that was more of him going bowling at Mears. I would actually blame Pandya for that. If Mears is on strike, why would you go to Akshar?
That's true. Maybe it was just a brain fade from Hardik over there. But I hope in this chase, India don't have any brain fades. Let us know, where do you think India can potentially lose tonight? I say that because Sky essentially bailed them out in that third T20 international. Whether it's another Sky man of the match worthy innings to
I
save
hope
India's
not.
bacon, he hopes not, but I certainly hope that's the case. And I'm saying that because look, 2-2, then 3-2 tomorrow, and we're doing the watch along as well. So
Yep.
always good to see that.
By the way, the answer for the who am I? Guess the cricketer.
Oh, the guest cricketer, correct. We'll come to that. Akil Hussain, who's always been a second over specialist in the series, continues that trend. And he's going to be bowling to Gill, who, of course, he did get out in the first T20 international, wasn't it?
Yep.
Stumped.
Yep.
So Hussain to Gill, and Gill could get 2 here. He's placed it pretty well. He'll come back for 2. So India chasing 179, remember. So we put a poll out, ask you guys what will be the result tonight. And most of you guys, in fact, 64% of you guys saying India to make it 2-2, which is good to hear. If you guys are like Akshay, want India to lose only for the greater good, let us know in the comments as well. Now that guess the cricketer, who am I sort of competition that we were having, not for prizes or anything, just to ask you guys in terms of your recollection, memory, cricket whiz. We have the answers for it. Before I tell you guys the answers, Shaunak, I'll just ask you to put that guess the cricketer picture up, just in case people are wondering what you guys are talking about. We asked you guys this earlier in the first innings. And on this day in 1993, this Asian player made his international debut in limited over format against India. He went on to play 301 internationals, grabbing the most player of the series awards, 11, but never captain his side. So can you name this legend of the game? We asked you this. Many people said Arvind De Silva. I thought it was Syed Anwar. Chaminda Vas was another thing. Sanjay Surya. But you guys are close. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the... No, the answer, my friend, is... what's his name? Muralitharan.
Muttaya
Muralitharan.
If I'm not wrong, someone did get it right.
Yeah, there were a couple of people got it right. Obviously, like I said, just for shits and giggles more than prizes to be won. So good on you guys.
Also, speaking of Muttaya Muralitharan, we've actually uploaded a reel talking about illegal bowling actions and what constitutes the legality. That's a short. Oh, wow, that's well fielded as well. So yeah, we've uploaded a reel talking about what constitutes a legal bowling action, and it's an explainer over that. Another new property that we've just come up with. Please give it a check, give it a shout, and let us know what you think of it. And also, we've included a couple of other bowlers clips. We talk about how exactly the angle is measured and so on and so forth, and kept it as simple as possible, given that 59 seconds is the limit. So yeah, please check it out. Do let us know what you make of it, and if it is something you knew, like did you know how bowling angles are? I mean, what actually means when someone says that a bowler's chucking? When the bowling action is deemed illegal, you know what angle is being measured to know whether it's beyond 15 degrees.
No, it's a riveting one. I just saw the rough clip of it, and I think it's really well explained. Our man here does the voiceover as well, and he scripted it. And what it tells you guys, it just makes you understand the certain degrees that we talk about. We talk about angles so often in the game of cricket, but when it comes to obviously bowling / chucking / throwing, the difference is spotted in that video. It's out tomorrow at 8 p.m. It's out already, beg your pardon. I keep thinking today is a Friday for some reason, or a Sunday. It's already out. It's on the cricket.com YouTube space. And it just goes to show all those bowlers we've seen. Think about it, guys. Sean Tate, Shabir Ahmed from Pakistan. They all had...
chucking.
He was clearly
Shabir
chucking,
Ahmed,
for sure.
yeah.
Lots of other ICC suspects you can think of.
Hafiz, the professor.
I remember watching a great documentary, Akshay and Sky Sports, I think 3-4 years ago, on Murali, and about him and that whole Daryl Hare episode
True.
all of that. So that reel that the boys talking about, check it out, and it just makes you understand just the nitty-gritties about essentially the fundamentals of bowling, how the ball is supposed to release and what the angle,
Correct.
the 20-degree angle and all of that. So holder to Jaiswal, again, an RR battle here. And Jaiswal gets another thickish boundary to his name.
Why is there a billboard saying Sanjay Godavat University
Man,
in
it's
Florida? Like,
ridiculous. No, did
boy.
you? So last Watchalong, did you do that with me, or was
Second.
it Anirudh?
Yeah, Anirudh.
Yeah, so I told him that in the side screen they had Rajnigandha, not even Rajnigandha, something more baffling.
Pan Parag.
Not even Pan Parag, bro. Pan Parag, like Pierce Brosnan at least, like, you know.
Pierce, that doesn't.
But
that
this
doesn't.
was like something like we'll have it somewhere over there. Yeah. Rajsthani. What is that? No, that behind in the side screen.
Ooh.
We'll see it again.
Yeah.
It was shocking.
But what is it again? Pan masala or
Something of that ilk. Some stuff that they just pop in and they get some sort of high and ridiculous things on. But look, coming back to the whole bowling thing, tell us also generally, I want to know, whenever I say ICC bowling suspect, who do you guys think of immediately? Is it Murali? Is it Shoaib? Is it Sean Tate? Is it Shabir Ahmad? Is it
Mohammad Hafiz actually comes to my mind a lot.
Saqlain Mushtaq? Or shall I say Chucklain Mushtaq?
Oh, come on.
I mean, you let us know. We're just trying to have a
Sunil
conversation.
Narine.
Sunil Narine. And remember, Sunil Narine used to wear those full sleeves so he could disguise it perfectly.
Hey,
but
calm down again. Calm down. ये मतलब भाई साहब को
I mean,
रोकेंगे नहीं.
but that's true though.
He specifically started wearing short sleeves.
Why?
Half sleeves.
Why? Because the ICC came down it.
No.
You don't know the story.
No, the ICC
Oh
never
my
told him
word,
to
I
wear
can't
half
believe-
sleeves.
Bro, it's legit in their mandate.
No.
In their mandate for Narayan and his case that he was just like, you can't wear that anymore. It's just not up. It's crazy.
I've never heard of this, but I would be genuinely surprised if that's the case.
No, it is that. That's
Yeah,
for
if you
sure.
say
100%.
so, if you say so. So yeah, guys, do check the reel out. Do let us know what you make of it. And like Avni said, do let us know bowlers that you think of. You know, when we say ICC suspects, what are the names that come to your mind first? And recently, Chris Green was probably the most recent suspect to be added to
Chris
the list.
Green.
Yeah.
Wasn't Kane Williamson also there at one point in time?
वैसे तो Shubman Gill,
Shubman
Shikhar
Gill.
Dhawan is banned. Like,
Yeah.
come on, let's not go into part-timers. Then the list would be extremely long. That's a short.
Oh, he's
yaar.
found the gap again. This boy Jaiswal. He never ceases to amaze us.
Yep.
He never ceases to amaze us. 24 for none, 2.5, and Jaiswal's really making it count this time. Remember his T20 international debut, the last match. We saw something that essentially we want to see him going from word go, but eventually it kind of took the top edge and he perished early on. But now he's looking good. He's got his eye in, and India, remember, chasing close to 180, so they need to go hard at the top. We also always do the second innings prediction in terms of the Watchalong.
yaar.
And this man,
See, that's the thing with Jaiswal,
brilliant.
right?
He's
Like,
brilliant.
yeah, he's never shot an intent.
That's true.
That's not something you'll ever fault him for. He
And-
might get out first ball.
And look,
but yeah.
people be like, yeah, he's played holder in the nets in Jaipur.
Eh,
Make it count. Holders also got to understand how Jaiswal bats, right? So Jaiswal letting his bat do the talking. Why don't you guys comment below and tell us what time this particular game will end? That's how we kind of roll on cricket.com's watch along for the second innings. Normally we ask you the first innings score prediction, but the second innings time prediction, I'm going to go in with, I'm going to stick my neck out here and say 11:22 p.m.
So what you're saying, you also want India to win. So you're saying India will chase it by 11:22.
Yeah.
No. I would say 11:46.
11:46. Okay, you
Yeah.
think it's going to go down to the wire?
I mean, even if it doesn't, India will have to play at least 18, 19 overs to go to 180. I don't see them chasing 118, 15, 16 overs.
Why? If it's Jaiswal and then Sky next.
15 overs, kahan se
Bro,
bhai?
Hardik's not going to walk out to bat.
Hardik will, given a choice, he will.
If then your 18, 19 overs might come true. But right now, India on course to win this with maybe 3 overs to spare.
Hey bhai, 3 ही over हुआ है. Again,
Let's okay,
let's go easy. Let's go easy with the optimism.
That's
That's
true.
Yeah.
And 55 for 2, they were West Indies 6 gone. And then they had that
Exactly,
little
yeah.
mini hiccup
True.
before they got in the away merry as well. But yeah, it just, I don't know, this whole series, I'm just glad it's getting over this weekend because it's taken a toll on my sleep cycles, on my food habits. It's ridiculous. I mean, think about it. The test series was ghastly.
Oh.
I can't believe that the only saving grace was office cricket. Honestly, it was office
the
cricket.
amount of office cricket that
Apart from that, like, if I meet you in 2039, hopefully we're both live, 16 years from now, would you even remember a single incident, inning, memory from this tour?
For sure, office cricket, yeah, like you said, definitely. I agree with you on that. In fact, I would also go as far as to say that we probably have more to talk about in terms of office cricket than we've had about the series.
Oh my God!
Like, unfortunately, like Mix mentioned, it's been it's been the same patterns, the same mistakes, the same selections. India just tried to do the same things and expected something different to come out of it, which hasn't, of course,
hasn't
isn't the
really
case.
given us
Yeah.
any answers.
Yeah.
And it's just sad because, like, if we look at these series, which India, to be fair, have shown some sort of disrespect towards by picking the squads. And I know it's an ODI series, I mean, ODI year and all of that, but I still feel like they've just taken the mickey out of the series. If they come back and win it, great, 3-2, then they would have won the Test, the ODIs, and T20 internationals. But I just feel nowadays, given that there's so much cricket, these series will come and go. Like, these kind of series will come and go. And we just have to kind of embrace it. That's all. I mean, as cricket lovers, try to pick the positives out of it. Or what did we like? What did we not like? But essentially, there's nothing really to write home about. So let me know if you agree with the sad monotone that I'm in right now
Yeah,
about this whole
but
shambolic series. But
that's the sad truth about international cricket, right? And that's what bugs me. That's what pisses me off, and that's why I'm not exactly, for international cricket. It's just becoming more and more irrelevant.
Exactly.
All these matches. Why are we playing West Indies? India cancelled an ODI series against Afghanistan.
But the biggest problem to international cricket has been, think about it, franchise cricket.
Which is what I want more of. I wouldn't.
Which
mind
is
even
what
seeing-
right now we want more of. But think about how we grew up loving the sport. We
Boys,
grew
but
up watching
everything
only
changes,
international.
everything evolves.
100%. But do you think in 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years, when generations precede after us, they'll just be basically football fans living in a cricket world? Where you'll have international friendlies, you'll have World Cups once in 4 years, you'll have like the Euros, you'll have Asia Cup, whatever, Champions Trophy, and everything will be franchise cricket.
I'd love
The
that.
IPL will become a 20-team
I'd
tournament.
love that. I can't wait to see IPL become a 12-team, 20-team tournament.
But with 20 teams, then I would like it for at least how the I League used to be. Have it 2 tiers, have a
Now
relegation
even the
division.
ISL does, right? Like ISL, I League after.
Yeah,
the-
but I like the number
But
of
yeah, I
teams to
agree
increase.
that it needs to be a 2-tier system where there is promotion, relegation, because that's the only way you are incentivizing good
Oh,
cricket.
shot! And you're incentivizing good
Aye.
cricket by playing shots like that, Shubman Gill.
Wow, wow.
And I'm sorry for saying Shubman Lal in the Monday Night Live titling last time around. But look, the Princess Chachant, as you infamously call him, has
Wow,
been
that's a
shining.
Shot, yeah, that's
Shot of a princess.
Yeah.
Shot of a
How do
prince.
you get a back of a length ball to go there? Wow.
But this is the shot he's been playing since under 19 cricket. It's just a short arm jab.
And an RCB jersey makes
Always.
yeah.
Good
So
on
that-
them. Good on them. So 36 for none, 3.5. Open Bakoy has not so far had a good day. 11 balls in. He's conceded 18 runs, quite shockingly. Can Gill finish the over on a high before we
Or is
get
there
back to that
wicket
conversation?
waiting?
No, he
No.
just content with a single. He has
Marco
to
bhai!
hurry.
Arey nahi. Alright,
Jesus
37
Christ.
for no loss at
Yeah,
the end
they
of
take
4
that. They
overs.
take that for sure.
They
So
should.
just coming back to our point, right? Even if you look at the IPL this time around, it was an exception because there were about 6 to 7 teams in the playoff race. Invariably, though, you'll only have 4 to 5, max 6. And then it just makes it a dead rubber for all those teams. But then imagine you have, like I said,
promotion and
promotion relegation, and you have like 2 of the last teams being relegated, going to the bottom division.
that's another race.
That's
Teams
another
wouldn't
race,
want to
for
come
sure.
9th and 10th. Exactly. It makes the IPL more exciting and having some sort of. I mean, it also gives you more.
But then, look, I'm guessing even when Lalit Modi had this brainchild all those years ago of making IPL what it is today, he took a couple of pages out of Premier League football, so on and so forth.
mainly NBA.
Mainly NBA as well, right? But when we're just talking about the relegation promotion system, why it works well in football is because you have 20 teams in the first division, 20 teams in the second division. In England, they have 20, 22, 22, 22. So 92 teams across and plus different leagues. I'm saying, okay, fine. If you're relegated from IPL Division 1, you go to Division 2, but do you stay there? If you get relegated from Division 2, what happens to you then?
we don't have that many
So
teams.
the
na?
teams have to kind of happen.
Yeah, that'll
So-
happen only over time. Even
But
Premier
over
League
time
teams-
also will be 20, 30 years from now.
Yeah, because Premier League also has come to its current setup after 100 years of being in
150 years, yeah,
existence.
for sure.
So we've got to again give IPL more time. It's
Yeah.
only been 10 years. It'll only evolve into a much better, much more stronger beast.
Yeah.
Vishen, of course.
Oh, good on you, Bishan, and congratulations. If you know, you know. I'm not going to spill the beans right here, right now, because it's rude. But Bishan, good to see you in the comments, and it'll be even better to see you sometime soon sitting next to me in this watch along. Let us know what your plans are for the ODI World Cup and the Asia Cup. Would love to pick your mind about everything. And just going back to Bishan and his dinner preference tonight, being healthy, he goes on to say, enjoying a Buddha bowl. Just go back to that Bishan comment. Yeah. And he goes on to say as well, Akshay, I hope we keep playing T20s with the youngsters, even if we lose 4-1, which makes you think, yeah, essentially we're all saying this because it's an ODI World Cup year. So T20s is on the back burner. Next year, all the focus will be on the T20s. So the big boys will come in. Maybe it'll be a swan song tournament for Rohit, Kohli, so on and so forth. But only time will tell. But right now, India swimmingly going at it in their run chase of 179, 41 for none. 4.3. The other comment which I just interrupted.
Suraj. He spoke about
Suraj.
Hasnain's action.
Hasnain, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good name.
Yeah.
Hasnain. Would love to know the fine line which legalizes bowling action similar to Hasnain. If you look at that video, essentially the telling image is the degree. And I'm not just going to spill the beans out here. So just check that one out and share it. And also, if you have friends who are kind of always confused about this rule, and if you play cricket with them on a regular weekend basis or whatever, tell them about this and tell them, look, you have to straighten your arm, because think about it.
You have to straighten your arm to be considered illegal.
No, as in, yeah, correct.
Yeah.
But how many times have we seen it even in gully cricket, street cricket?
Yeah, people straight. Yeah.
And it happens. And it happens to all of us. Like, we've grown up as kids emulating bowling action after bowling action, right?
True.
Which, actually, that's a question. Which bowling action did you really get captivated as a youngster? For me, it was Brett Lee,
I was
Lance
about to say Brett
Klusener,
Lee, yeah. Lance Klusener was not a part of my generation. Never saw
Stain.
him. Stain, yeah. Brett Lee, yeah. To some extent, Glenn McGrath.
I used to kind of
Shane
replicate Cameron Coffey. I don't know why, but he had this little tall action, Cameron Coffey. Another great shot.
Like, ऐसे obscure नाम कहाँ से लाते
Obscure.
हो?
Bro, I used to follow cricket way back in like 98, 99, 2000.
Yeah.
That was when it's like my heyday.
But Shane Warne for sure. Malinga, of course, everyone would have given a shot.
Malinga.
And by the way, since Avnish mentioned, so if you're ever playing gully cricket or discussing Malinga's action being legal or illegal, this video shows you exactly why that isn't the case. Why
True.
Malinga, Patirana, all of these slingers,
For
they
sure.
are legal.
Javagal Srinath as well. I used to like kind of like that whole
Got it.
action that he
Brings
that
out
is
the
brilliant. Another boundary and
that brings
50
up
for
the
India.
Yep.
And
Wow.
Jaiswal literally making a statement
Off to a flyer.
of intent. 50 for none, 5 gone. And this is what we want to see in a chase of 179. And I said 11:22 p.m. as my second innings prediction to win merchandise. It's not like I need it. But for you guys, let us know if you agree with me or you agree with Akshay, who said 11:46, because it is, of course, 179 that they're chasing today. In all of this, Sanjay Papagiri going on to say the arrival of Jaiswal and Tilak has been so refreshing. Bring in the left-handedness, can bowl, leg, and off-spin respectively, and both embody the aggressive brand of cricket that modern T20 needs. Spot on, spot on, spot on.
True. Add Rinku Singh to the mix, and boy, you've
I
got
mean,
the perfect recipe.
Like you just said there, like essentially all those points and that cliche that we use in our daily chat in sport, breath of fresh air, is so important, right? When you walk into a dressing room, sure, you'll have characters to galvanize the dressing room, but sometimes you just need the exuberance of youth. And that's what these two have brought, Tilak and Jaiswal. And this is why I think this is just a little glimpse into the future of Indian cricket from the heyday of Virat, Rohit, and all these big boys. You'll see Jaiswal and Tilak flourish much more. And I hope it just carries on. Odin Smith.
Don't like those one. But
Now, ever since, every time I've seen Odin Smith play, after he's put on that Punjab shirt, I think about his dance with Shikhar Dhawan in that little fucking, like thing like that. Just like, you know. Oh, Odin Smith. Oh my God. Hello. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the party. Welcome to Florida, says Shubman Gill. I mean, this is, talk about street cricket. This is just taking the piss.
क्या मतलब अरे भाई क्या कर रहे हो क्यों एक तो Powell bhai why is he even bowling in the power play? He has an economy of 10.16 in T20Is.
I've always observed this about Chachant. Every time
He says
Gill
it.
gets out, he calls it Princess. Every time Gill's having his eye and he's decently doing things, he'll call him Tuk Tuk Gill. I mean, you can't call him Tuk Tuk if he's 12 balls 20 for crying out loud, Chachant. Honestly, focus and tomorrow at Stamford Bridge. You guys need the points, let alone Saicedo being signed. I can't believe he agrees a deal and then he says, I want to play for Chelsea. So, Chachant, think about that. Think about how Liverpool are going to finish this year. That felt targeted towards Chachant. Oh, sorry. Everyone's not defending them. It's just banter, Advait. If you're on our platform long enough, you'll know that Chachant has been with us for like a year or two now in terms of all his banter comments. So, look, we can give as good as we get, essentially. That's fair. That's fair.
You reap what you sow.
Short and wide, and he's got a little glove on it. So, no single over there. Are we in contention for the highest power play score this series? 56 for none. I don't think we've seen a 60 plus from either
Last
side.
game. Didn't India score?
Oh, we did, yes. Sky,
Sky and
60
Tilak.
flat was it or 62 or something?
61.
Like that?
Yeah, I don't remember, but if I'm not wrong, they did score 60 or there and thereabouts.
Hmm.
But I genuinely don't like this move.
I generally don't like this move. I don't know why Dean Smith is bowling, let alone bowling in the power play.
India's best opening partnership
Oh my
in over
word.
a year. In T20I, the last time India's opening partnership hoisted a 50-plus run stand was in 2022 against South Africa, 18 innings before. I'm guessing this was the home series last June, July.
And Statsman, fantastic stat
Thank
there.
you so much for that. Yeah.
Really, really good time for you to jump in to give us that stat as well. Also, just makes me think, because like you've been harping about in this over, why the hell they bowling Dean Smith? Especially when India are like 50 for none after 5. It's not like he's going to lend damage control. 6 more. I'm sorry, but that man who's wearing the number 25 for West Indies patrolling that mid-wicket boundary over there, beg your pardon, square leg boundary was a lot more finer. Can't get his hand to it because it's just sailed over. And Dean Smith has just conceded a 69-meter 6. More importantly, Shubman Gill has already got his eye in, and it looks like a 2-2, boys. I don't want to count my chickens early, but that's true. 62 for none, 5.4. I mean, you question Hardik Pandya being captain for India in the World Cup next year. Will Rahman Powell lead West Indies in their own backyard next year?
Of course he will. They don't have options.
Purin
was the one who gave up.
Then
captaincy.
take a U-turn and Holder.
Holder also gave up captaincy. He wasn't good. And Holder, you're not even sure if he makes.
Bro, dude, I don't know. Rahman Powell as a captain doesn't give me conviction. He doesn't give me conviction as a player. Let alone as a captain. He gives you conviction as a player.
Like against Penn, he's a mark.
Bro, apart from one innings he played against England in a T20 international, Rahman Powell, I think last year sometime, he hasn't really bedazzled me. And Shubman Gill.
Rightly.
Do you guys, I don't know if you guys are watching outside India, but there's this term in India called pitai.
Kutai.
Pitai as well.
Sab,
right?
Sab hai.
Pitai. And that is basically like doing the laundry. Gill's doing the laundry right now with Dean Smith, absolutely taking him to the cleaners. And what a power play. Pitai bhi hai.
Pitai is not associated, with laundry. Man.
No, but when you bang the clothes, batter the clothes.
Patakna hota hai, bhai.
Okay, so
Pitai is marna.
So you don't say that for clothes?
No. Dhulai.
Okay, Dhulai. Maybe I might be wrong. Pitai, Dhulai. You basically understand the sentiment. On that note, let's get in some more. I was going to say Pitai from Gurkirat, but let's get in Gurkirat right now. And let's see what he makes of it. Because right now, the devil is on in terms of all the sixes. 66 for none, 6 overs gone. And Gurkirat, you were so close in terms of your first innings prediction. You said 177. So close, but of course, no party. But, I mean, what is the thinking of West Indies? Yeah? Do they want to make it more grabbing in terms of all the eyeballs this series? Because they're finding a perfect way to lose this game.
Yeah, so to me, it didn't make sense that you try and close out the power play with a bowler like Odian, especially when you know that he has the tendency to give those boundary balls. And Shubman Gill just cashed on to the opportunities that came his way. And by the way, you could have come up with a better introduction line for me. You would have said that if you've not had enough of Gill on your TV screens, you'll also have Gill on our screens. Please, see, I work out so many good lines for your introduction and everything, but you don't do it.
I mean, I have to give it to him, man. Brownie points and credit is where credit is kind of given at times. And Gurkirat has made a good point over there. But what have you liked of Jaiswal? I think there was a comment earlier, just before you came in, maybe a couple of overs earlier. Akshay read it out in terms of how they've just been a breath of fresh air, both Jaiswal and Tilak this series. It just gives you an impression in the next 4 or 5 years, at least India's still in safe hands.
Yeah, you'd hope so. And the way Jaiswal shot, the way Jaiswal started, and attacked anything that was a even half opportunity to hit a boundary, he took it with both hands. And that takes me back to the conversation that we were having when I was there in the first innings, where you asked that would Jaiswal match the hype, and I said that he could do it today and tomorrow. So hopefully a good quick fire 50 for him will keep him in good stead, and it will only bring up one question: that why did India not start the series with him, especially after the kind of IPL season that he had? I mean, it made absolutely zero sense for India to not start the T20I series with both of them, especially when they had Samson batting in the middle order and who could also keep wickets.
No, I agree with those points fully. Yaar. And imagine he got those 2 innings rather than Ishan Kishan. We could have actually seen a good 5 games given to the youngster. Yaar.
I mean, in hindsight, yeah, but I do agree to disagree. Ishan Krishan was someone backed by the team. He also had a decent enough ODI series, test series. I love Jaiswal. Now that he's done well, I don't mind him being given an extended run, of course. But Kishan was coming in from a more than decent ODI series. And Ishan is also someone who's been backed by the management for an extended period now. So, yeah, I mean, they had to definitely give him, like, in the interest of being consistent with their decision making and all of that, it would have only made sense for them to stick with Ishan and see whether he goes well or not. And when he did, of course, they made the right call of dropping him and bringing in Jaiswal, and he's taken his opportunity with both hands here. Great. But yeah, to begin with, Ishan was the right call in my eyes, at least.
Okay, makes sense. Keep your comments coming through. By the way, we're having a second innings prediction contest in terms of the time that India will get this game won, or West Indies if they manage to pull it out of the fire. Sanjay Papiyagiri going on to say this series is so similar like the Ashes in that India messed up badly more than the West Indies doing well, much like England the Ashes. Let's all go back to the Ashes chat, because I mean the Ashes was as beautiful as it was, and let's just leave that there. I want to have a fun exercise with the boys right now, because I've lined up some fun and games, knowing that Gurkirat's on tonight because he's not there in the watch along tomorrow. So what I've prepared is just basically a little small game that me, Akshay, and Gurkirat will play right now. And there's no particular name to it, but essentially, this is how the game goes, right? I'm going to give you guys a topic within cricket, and you have to give me rapid answers, and we have to kind of match each other for speed, okay? So, for example, if I say IPL winners, then we have to mention all IPL winners. So, for example, if I start, I say MS Dhoni, you say Rohit Sharma, he says Hardik Pandya, and we all have to keep going very quick until either one of us slips up or factually we get it wrong.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys can jump in the comments as well. So, Gurkirat, Akshay, let's start. Easy one. Players who won an Asia Cup, no matter what the format is. All era. I'll start. Rohit Sharma, 2018.
Suresh Raina, 2008.
MS Dhoni.
Okay. Virat Kohli.
Yuvraj Singh.
Harbhajan Singh.
Inzamam Ulaq.
Manpreet Goni.
Okay.
Manpreet Goni.
2008 Asia Cup.
Kedar Jadhav. Kedar Jadhav.
Oh, he's wrong.
Just
He's
realized.
wrong. He's lost it.
Mendes.
He's
Just
lost it.
realized.
Sorry, Manpreet Goni doesn't count.
No,
Doesn't count. Okay, so that's one done.
Kedar Jadhav.
Kedar Jadhav. Oh, so then me and
Oh,
Gurkirat
yeah,
have to
yeah.
finish it. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Last man standing.
Russell Arnold.
Wait, was
Okay.
he even
Yeah,
there?
he's won it. He's won it.
Yeah, he won in 2004. Ajanta Mendes.
Janta Mendes. Yusuf Yohana. Mohammad Yusuf.
Kab?
2000. No. I'll tell you when they won it. 2004.
8 के बाद तो चांस ही नहीं है 4 में तो
Oh,
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka won.
ऐसे
So
नाम
what?
को-
Yusuf Yohana has won it.
No, I don't
Might
know.
have, but 2004 Sri Lanka won. I'm sure.
When
of
the fuck
this.
they won the Asia Cup last?
I don't even remember them winning one.
But
It's
Yusuf
just-
Johanna wasn't there. Okay,
Pakistan
fine.
have not won an Asia Cup since the time I have been watching cricket.
Okay, fine. Fair enough. Fine. So Gurkirat
No,
gets first pick
Pakistan
today.
actually won. Pakistan actually won in 2012 in Bangladesh
Well, but then
when they beat
Johanna-
Bangladesh by 3 runs. But Yusuf Johanna was not playing, or Mohammad Yusuf at that point of time. He wasn't playing then.
Okay, next round. India West Indies players post 2010. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, debuts post 2010. Any format
Oh,
counts.
debuts post 2010.
Okay,
But
debuts.
for this, you need to also know whether we're saying it right or not.
But you can guess. I mean, obviously you'll know for sure.
No, but
I'll start.
like when you talk of debuts, you are talking about their international debut or debut in any format, because
Debut,
Virat Kohli
international debuts.
International debut
Virat
against
Kohli made his test debut in 2011, but his
Yeah, I
international
know. But
So-
international debut was in 2008. I mean 9 or whatever, right?
8.
yeah 8.
So you're talking about just international debuts, not against India.
No,
or
no.
against- Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
India West Indies players post 2010. Let's go. Miguel Cummins.
Oh, I'm Kedar Jadhav.
Shubman Gill,
Yes, this is Jaiswal.
Ishan Kishan.
Nicholas Puran,
Akil Hussain.
Shimron Hitchmeyer.
KL Rahul,
Your
Shivam
turn.
Dubey.
Andre Russell.
Shreyas Iyer,
Oh my god, I'm panicking. Rishabh Pant.
Mr. Yuzvendra Chahal.
Kuldeep Yadav,
Mohammad Shami. Oh, I should have panicked.
Ravi Bishnoi. But no, that's correct.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
very
correct,
well.
it's correct.
No, Shami was
Jasprit Bumrah,
Bumrah.
your turn.
Siraj. Mohammad Siraj.
10. But 10 counts, na?
Yeah, 10 counts.
Yeah, 10 counts.
Mohammad Siraj.
Okay, Mohammad Siraj. And I go with Natarajan.
Okay. Rajan.
Mukesh Kumar,
Oh my god, Paji's going. Evan Lewis.
The Lord Shardul Thakur.
okay, Tilak
Paji.
Verma,
Oh, he's got
Who?
it. He's got Tilak Verma. Kuldeep Sen.
Kuldeep Sen India ke liye khela
He's played.
he played in Bangladesh one game.
Oh, हाँ, khela na yaar. Sanju Samson.
Okay, Samson's not mentioned.
Sanju Samson, Hardik Pandya,
Krunal Pandya.
Of course, you had to say that. And okay, Krunal Pandya.
Gone, bro. Gone.
Arey,
He's
it's
gone.
not
You're taking time. He's gone. He's out. He's out.
Arey, yeah.
That's gone. You have to instantly think. That's the
Arey,
beauty
you
of the show.
literally didn't even let me speak.
But
2
now you're buying
seconds.
time. Now you're still buying time.
I can say right now, Shai Hope. You literally had to give
Okay,
me.
share hope. He goes to share hope. Quickly, we have to speed it up.
Akshar Patel,
Shikhar Dhawan.
Harshal Patel. Hey, Shikhar Dhawan. Well, no, 9 na. Shikhar
9?
Dhawan.
no, his ODI debut was in 2010, Vizag, India, Australia,
Oh, acha.
Shikhar Dhawan.
2010.
I said
Vizag.
Harshal Patel.
Harshal Patel, Dinesh Karthik.
I nearly said it. He's gone.
That's gone, right?
He's gone.
Continue.
Because he's already 1-0 up.
Yeah.
Romario Shepherd.
Shahbaz Ahmed.
Johnson Charles.
Mayank Agarwal.
Riyad Emrit.
What?
Riyad Emrit.
Okay, fair. KL Rahul.
I said KL.
KL Rahul I've said. KL Rahul I've said.
Points 1-1. And our final round, and you guys are gonna love this. RCB.
You know, in between, while we were in the middle of the game, Gill played a very good short arm jab sort of a shot against Akil.
Oh yeah. He played
That
one
counted.
earlier as well. And good that
Is
you
that an
reminded
overthrow?
me, Gurkirat. 85 for none, 8 overs gone. We're just having some fun here because obviously all you guys are either going out partying on a Saturday night or all you guys are listening to this fun and game. So it's 1 point to Gurkirat, 1 point to me. Let's see if it's one apiece.
And also, guys, let us know if you have any interesting games or ideas that you would want us to try out. So
You
please
could.
let us know. Pranay Yadav goes on to say 11-14.
11-14 is a time. Okay, so RCB and Delhi players in terms of the IPL.
Delhi
Okay,
Capital players.
Capitals and Devils.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what. Played for both teams or just played either?
played for either franchise. Okay, Time
Either
start.
or both. Either becomes too easy. Should
Either.
It's
become
okay.
both.
Let's see how long we can go.
Either is good. It's
Okay, I'm going to start with the king Virat Kohli.
Ashley Novki.
AB de Villiers has played both.
Andy Russell.
Nathan Bracken.
Who?
Nathan Bracken.
Nathan Bracken, when did he play?
Yeah,
RCB.
he played for RCB, bhai.
He was a part of the squad, didn't play, but he was a part of the maiden season.
Dirk Nannes.
Okay, Yo Mahesh.
Paul Collingwood.
Tilak Ratne Dilshan.
Glenn McGrath.
The Yogesh Nagar. Played, bhai. Pucho.
Kedar Jadhav.
Iqbal Abdullah.
Mithun Manhas.
Manoj Tiwari.
Oh my God, why am I struggling?
Done,
One more time. In the nick of time.
Saurabh Tiwari.
Mohammad Siraj.
Kedar Jadhav.
Mohammad
I have
Shami.
said it.
Done.
I
Oh,
said it.
you said Kedar
Yeah,
here in
yeah,
this one.
he said
Fuck, how the hell did I not get
Mohammad
that?
Shami.
Zahir Khan. Both.
Yuvraj Singh.
Both again. Yuvraj Singh both. Virender Sehwag.
Gautam Gambhir.
Dinesh Karthik.
Glenn McGrath.
I said it.
You
I
said
said it. I said Glenn McGrath. I
One
said
of you said it earlier.
I had at least 5 names.
This is
remaining.
why I love this game because
Chalo, main jeet gaya.
it's too good. Honestly, and well done, Gurkirat. Points to you.
I had Victoria. I had names. I just thought I'd go.
But to be fair, we are playing to Paji's advantage because he obviously is like a cricket encyclopedia. And I asked him his Delhi Capitals knowledge. If I maybe threw in the MI RCB angle, he would have been out of it for sure.
if
maybe.
you say so.
By the way, India 91 for none. They're speeding to this bloody target of 179, 8.4 overs. Keep your comments coming through. Pranav Yadav, are you a new boy? Because you have Rahman Powell as your display picture. Good on you. I don't know if you're actually a fan of RP, the
But
big
again,
RP.
just like you don't like being called Avinash, I don't think he likes being called Pranav.
Oh, Pranay. Sorry, Pranay Yadav. Apologies. Because sometimes this YouTube screen that we have in front of us, it makes an L look like an
Fair.
I. It makes a V look like a Y. And the L and the I, Gurkirat knows a little bit about.
So
Did you
for
guys-
I was getting to it. I was getting to it.
Yeah.
That
even I-
LA,
By the way, Paji, I mean, the football season starts today. You're not a football fan at all?
no. I mean, I don't mind watching it, but yeah, at this point of time, I can't have too many sports commitments. The ones that I have keep me enough, keep me occupied enough. In fact, the season that I've been very interested in watching is Made in Heaven season 2. I
Oh.
don't want any spoilers. It's the season 1 I loved. I am planning to watch it on Tuesday because Tuesday is a holiday. So yeah, that's one series I'm really looking forward to because season 1 I really enjoyed, and I must say this Javed Akhtar family is supremely talented. You look at Zoya, you look at Farhan. I mean, what are these genes? The father is in fact, Javed Akhtar's father was also a very good writer. So, I mean, these genes are something else. These guys are the level of storytelling that they're able to do. I'm a huge fan of Zoya Akhtar. Phenomenal.
It's crazy. I mean, in fact, one of my friends was working in an event 2 weeks ago in Bangalore, and it was like culmination of all the poets across India and the world. And Javed Akhtar sir actually came for that event, and he was just like, dude, this guy's like so old, but he's such a nice guy, and he's just willing to talk to you and all of that. And I was like, yeah, man, props to Javed Akhtar and props to those shows. I think there's some good shows. He's mentioned Made in Heaven over there. I would suggest Veerapan for people who haven't watched it yet. I would
Guns and
also.
Gulabs that comes out next
Who's
year.
your favorite writer or lyricist in Bollywood or otherwise in the movie industry?
I would say Javed Akhtar's up there in terms of being a lyricist.
Gulzar definitely again.
Yeah, he's
Right
in
there.
that category.
My
Javed-
favorite is Gulzar. My favorite is Gulzar without a doubt. I have a slight bias for him because his Punjabi writing is also pretty brilliant. So Gulzar, I mean,
Also very talented. His daughter's also very, very, very good
yeah,
director.
Meghna Gulzar. She
Yeah,
made
Razi.
Razi.
Would have seen.
Oh, correct.
Yeah.
Oh, Razi was.
Talwar, Razi. all of
Razi was by Meghna Gulzar.
that.
Yes,
Anyways,
dope. I mean, yeah, just come back to the
yeah,
game.
but
It's
we
been such
understand
a
that the game,
it's
yeah.
been such a lull. Even though India going great guns, 95 for none. It's almost like this game's just gonna get over any minute. It gives us the impression of that. The quiet rate is like what under 8 right now. And Jaiswal, I think he's now playing for the landmark, and he deserves to be fair because
No,
he's
no.
he's
I think
Why?
I think he came down to hit it for 6, but
The ball
wasn't to the pitch of the ball. So just
I don't think Jaiswal is one
Who's
of
going to
those.
get to their 50 first?
See, a boundary is all it takes.
I know, so that's the question. That's what makes the question much more.
I'll still go with Jaiswal.
Okay,
I don't think any the 50s will come in this over. Akil will keep it tight.
Oh,
They'll come in the next over. Akil sends a good T20 ball.
Surname. Come on, G. 83 from 62 should be a cakewalk in the sport and format that we have. And I got my prediction right. Can it go away for 4? It goes away for 4.
Oh,
Time.
No, it's a 4.
That's a great effort by Romario Shepherd.
But
I mean, to reach to the ball and then to jump across those
Hoardings as well.
the hoardings or the
Oh, wait, has he stopped it?
Butterfingers in Amal. Butterfingers in Amal.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Excellent effort.
Brilliant.
Excellent effort.
You can't really.
They've run just a 2. But there are another 2 possible.
That's true. Amkar, by the way, good to see you. Good evening. Our batters are now more accustomed to playing in a similar kind of pitch in the IPL. I mean,
pitches
really.
in white ball cricket all over the world have now become pretty homogeneous.
Yeah.
I mean, white ball is pretty much like that. In red ball, it is different. In fact, if England continue doing baseball, we might just see some other teams that are struggling with their batters and trying to bat a conventional manner, trying to adopt a pretty similar approach. So let's just hope that pitches don't become homogenized in test matches, because then the whole challenge will go down.
No, that's true. And I think more on that with Gurkirat in terms of his past shows. I think it just popped up in my head where he said a couple of good points about what dictates a cricket pitch in this modern era. And it's a good deep point episode over there. So that's available on the YouTube channel. By the way, India 100 for none, 10 overs gone. After the first over, they were 10 for none. After the fifth over, they were 50 for none. So obviously they've got the fucking memo to go at 10 and over. And Jaiswal, dare I jinx it, has got his first 50. I know he's still 3 away. Planning and watching Dawn 1 and 2, and that God knows after the announcement of Dawn 3. I don't know if you saw it, but did you like Ranveer and Dawn 3's trailer?
It was nice. It was really nice, but I don't think for some reason I just
the vibes
and
SRK vibes, bro.
I'll just say one thing: Ranveer is a fantastic actor. I watched his recent movie as well, but the thing about SRK is that he can make every character likable.
Yeah.
Like if Shah Rukh was there in Rocky or Rani, there were at times you felt cringe at Ranveer's character. You wouldn't have felt it with Shah Rukh. Shah Rukh makes you want to be that Don. I don't think any other actor, if he plays that character, will make you want to be or have that persona.
So which Dawn movie did you like?
See, I am a Shah Rukh fan, so I can't be objective about
The first one or the second one?
I liked Dawn 2. I liked it.
it was definitely a worthy sequel. Very
Dawn
well
2 was
made.
good,
Yeah.
but I don't know, for some reason that's still that Amitabh Bachchan Dawn. I mean,
Of
Bachchan
course.
Dawn was just the best.
I was waiting for which one of either of you would go to 1976. I'm surprised.
No,
it's
for
Amish.
sure, 100%.
But with Ranveer, I don't know. It's just the voice. I don't think he has the voice that commands a Dawn. Like, I don't know what was it. But again, with all due respect, genuinely like Ranveer Singh, the actor. Let's see what's in
Who
store.
is the villain this time? Is it still Boman?
Nothing. No.
Boman
We
Irani.
don't know if it's in the same universe. We have
Oh,
no
okay.
clue.
Who's another fantastic actor, by the way? Like
True. All I'll say is and Farhan Akhtar we trust.
It's Piggy Chops in Dawn 3. Piggy Chops.
Farhan Akhtar को call करके पूछ ले.
I mean, you
Okay.
know him pretty well, to be fair. But yeah, Mayur, appreciate over there your time.
I don't know how many of you have watched Khosla Ka Ghosla, but Boman Irani in that movie, I felt nailed that character before he had even spoken a dialogue. Just the way he gets up, adjusts pants. That's how
Travels, was he there?
Yeah, he was there. And before we talk about Baman nailing this character, India's openers have finally nailed their opening partnership. So
Oh my word, look at the stat attack. In the T20 international scheme of things, India have had 600-run opening partnership outside India, which is away or neutral grounds, and all six involve different partners. We'll probably put that list out.
Can we have the pairs?
Yeah, it's actually a good question as well. Can you name the pairs? I'll go for Rohit KL.
Yeah, that came on top of
that was maybe in England 2018, I think.
England
Rohit KL. I think Virat KL will be one.
Virat KL will be one. Rohit
because
Dhawan.
they got a 100-run partnership, I think, in that Afghanistan game where Virat finally got his.
Rohit Dhawan and KL Dhawan, I feel.
KL Dhawan, I'm not sure. Rohit Dhawan.
KL Dhawan, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Back in the day, who else could have? But no, Rohit and Dhawan are pretty much.
What about Rohit Gill? No.
No.
Rohit Ishan, did they have anything?
Dhawan Gill last year when those futile T20 internationals. Oh, last year the T20 internationals wasn't futile.
Virat and Rohit, didn't they have a good partnership against England 2021?
Yeah. 2022 Ahmedabad. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
That was I'm talking about.
I'm not sure if they got to 100. I think it was 70, 80. I'm not sure.
But I thought Rohit and Virat, that was 21, right? Against England in India, the home where.
That was an ODI, I see. Oh, that was
T20s also, now.
Correct.
His debut and all.
Yeah.
I was thinking
that. We'll put in those pairs. I think in the ticker, if Shauna can get it from the statsman, Anirudh.
India at one point of time had Parthiv Patel and Ajinkya Rahane open together in a T20.
That was what, 2011?
This is 2011 tour of England.
Last ever T20 series or game or whatever.
Yeah.
Game. He played one game.
Rahane and Dravid in the same 11.
Oh my word. And Kohli's explosive number 4. Wow. Right,
Kohli could play spin at that point of time.
I mean, to be fair, he was playing spin so well that he got hit wicket to Swan. I remember that series.
Yeah, in that 5th ODI. Shot.
And is that 50? It is. And he brings it up again. No boundary, but he'll get 2. And Gill, look, for all the troubles he's endured in the Caribbean, a 50, and that will at least give him a little bit of confidence taking that flight back in 48 hours time back to India. And it's a good one, right?
Yep, we have it. Gambhir Sehwag.
Gambhir Sehwag. Oh yeah, this is the Yuvraj 6 game. Gambhir Sehwag, correct. Yeah. Rahul Kohli.
Oh, of course, yeah. How did I forget that? Yeah.
Mandeep Rahul.
Yeah, Mandeep Singh. I'm guessing this is Rahul's debut. Mandeep Rahul.
Mandeep Rahul is this is the KXIP Mandeep.
Yeah.
There is Mandeep Singh.
No, as in like the KX at the time.
No, he was
2016. This is the same game. This is the same game where Mandeep Singh, KL Rahul, Karun Nair and Yuzvendra Chahal made their T20I debuts.
True.
Correct. So KL and Mandeep at the time of RCB.
Yep, true.
Yeah.
Kohli Rahul last year, versus Afghanistan.
So Gambhir Sehwag at the time of Delhi. Oh no, IPL to be fair.
IPL आया नहीं था तब.
And then
there used to be the good old ICL, Indian cricket.
Wow, man. Would love to see a documentary made on ICL actually.
Who's the most famous player in the ICL?
Ambati Raidu.
Chris Kens?
Ambati Raidu. Stuart
Nathan Astle played. Stephen Fleming played.
Yeah. How did Fleming play the ICL and IPL?
I don't know. Ask him.
Who are the players who played ICL and IPL?
Raidu,
Binny.
There was a player by the surname of Jhunjhunwala. I think his name is
exactly. Justin Kemp. By the way, in all this chat, it's a free hit. We'd love to see this signal.
I mean, Robin Powell is a WWE like Stuart Binny's pace, medium pace. How do you bowl low balls, bro? Matlab, bhai, kya chal raha hai?
I mean, look at him. I don't know why Pranay Yadav.
I think Azhar Mahmood also played both ICL and IPL, but years apart.
Yeah.
IPL he played for who? Punjab
and Kolkata.
IPL he played for Punjab.
And
because he had become a British citizen by then.
Right. Okay, free hit prediction quickly. What is it going to go for? 4, 6, 2, wicket, 1? What do you guys think?
4 over covers, maybe.
I would say 6 over mid wicket.
4 or 6.
Oh, he's got 4.
That has medium 50.
Well done, Yashasvi Jaiswal. Brilliant. He celebrates like that, and it just gives you an indication that this man is hungry and there's more to come. So onwards and upwards, YBJ.
You had to bring that up.
What? I had to say it at some
How
point in
long
time.
were you sitting on it?
For a while, for the test
Yeah,
series, I
thought
thought
as
about.
much,
I was like,
thought as
why
much.
BJ? And why is Rabban Paul bowling like he's bowling in Coven Park, bro?
That's
Like
how he
it's sort of in a
bowls.
proper action. He's falling over.
You think if he was with us at match day, he would have been top
Dude,
by
like,
us.
honest to God, I don't know who's a shittier bowler, Odin Smith or Rahman Paul.
Odean Smith at least has pace.
I
So
mean,
there's some-
Avnish, how are you asking this question even?
I mean, yeah, I know I'm being kind of a little offensive, but like, I don't care. Don't you think Powell should Chove to bowl first if they were lack of quality bowlers, saying Pranay Yadav?
But no, I mean, given how the conditions were expected to play, yeah, I don't see why he should have done
See, in
that.
hindsight, Pranay, it's easy to say these
Exactly,
things,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's insane. So anyway, they're going literally run for run here. Jaiswal and Gill, 53 of 34 for Jaiswal,
Right.
52 of 32. And it's important that Gill gets these runs under his belt because everyone has been saying, oh yeah, he can't flurry with anything apart from Ahmedabad pitches and all of that. The name we finally got on the side screen, Rajdhani Basin. Rajdhani Basin. Are you serious? We're in
Oh, man,
Florida.
5 wides. Oh man. What's up? 5.
Oh my God. Oh my
3
God.
wides. Rajdhani Basin.
By the way, you were talking about who becomes West Indies captain. The time when Puran was the captain, it's not that he had a great stint. I'm not saying this because West Indies lost so many games under him. But if you just go back and watch those games, you go back and watch the 3 games of the first round of the last World T20. There were just so many mistakes. I mean, that game versus Zimbabwe, which was supposed to be a must-win game, uh, West Indies were defending 150 odd, and Kyle Myers then comes and opens the bowling instead of Alzari Joseph coming in and straight away. He came in the third over, got a wicket, and uh, it's just
So
that.
who's the right guy then? Who do you look in that dressing room and be like, okay, fine, you can lead my team to the World Cup?
See, at this point of time, they should stick with Robin Powell and see how it goes. I have not followed the CPL enough for me to say that he's been tactically a good captain, because he does have 3 titles, but I haven't really followed the CPL. Maybe someone like Shubh Agarwal can tell us something, because I know it's his. I know if Shubh's watching, I know CPL is his favorite league.
Shob, I don't know if he's watching. He's in Pondicherry, the good man. So he's on the beach somewhere enjoying himself.
Yeah, GPL definitely till last year, according to me, was the second best league. Man, I'm happy to say that SA20 and MLC both have moved.
So Gurkirat's basically saying even Puran's not a good choice. So he'll stick with Rahman. You'll stick with Rahman.
There's no one else. At best, I hope, because you've handed him the ODI captaincy.
He's come back in today as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's it. Holder was relinquished. So was Puran. There's no one else. Who else?
Yeah,
Kyle
guys,
Mayers
let us
maybe.
know in the comments below as well who you guys think should be West Indies captain for the World Cup next year. Remember, they're playing it on home soil and the US.
Yep.
So it's super important
And
they
your
get their
YBJ
leader
has
right.
broken a record.
And YBJ has broken a record because what he's done today by scoring that 50 at the age of 21 years and 227 days, he is the youngest Indian opener to hit a half century. The previous youngest, you guessed it, Rohit Sharma against Ireland in 2009, 22 years at 41 days. In fact, I think Tilak had the record for the second, and I think Yashasvi is now just toppled him. And it just makes you think, guys, 115 for none, 11.2. How many 10-wicket wins have we seen by India in T20 internationals? Can you think of anything on the top of your head? Gurkirat Akshay, 10-wicket wins.
10 wicket. Oh yeah, there is one. Wasn't India versus Pakistan 2012 World Cup a 10-wicket win where we were chasing 80 or 90?
No.
Or did we lose Gambhir?
We lost Gambhir because Virat came in and scored some runs.
No, in 2012.
Yeah.
2012,
you
8
remember
wickets. Even Sehwag was dismissed. Gambhir was out in the first over. Then Sehwag was dismissed to Afridi.
Yeah. Mayur Singh recently watched Kohli's 52 ball 100 in Jaipur. What a time that was.
glorious
It
time.
was, dude.
That series.
What a knock.
Just yesterday I was thinking about how this November 2nd it would be the 10th.
And I think that was the
anniversary.
first series where Virat batted using the MRF bat. Before that, he was all about Nike.
Yeah.
Oh! Shubman Gill trying to channelize his inner Glenn
I
Maxwell.
mean, I can never forget the 6 that Virat hit to Xavier Doherty in Nagpur, the slog sweep.
Wonderful.
I have not seen him play those kind of shots against spin since then. And this is Virat just after his transformation, after losing all those weight and putting on all the muscle, and he was just hitting sixes for fun. I mean, to spinners, and that shot went way back into the stands. He was hitting across the spin, against the spin rather, not across the spin. Xavier Doherty coming in, and that pitch in Nagpur had slowed down in the second half.
Yeah.
For him to then still score a 66 ball 100, which I do believe was the better hundreds of the 200s that he hit in that series. And India never knew how to get George Bailey out. If George Bailey had not been run out in that Bangalore ODI, I don't know, he might have as well won that. The
Most stupid run out I've ever seen.
Oh, chop for six. What a chop for six. I mean, he's reverse swept him, and he has a little bit to say as well.
Deep square, like
That's brilliant.
Square,
That's
front of the
brilliant.
square.
123 for none, 12 overs gone, and these two are just literally picking them off as we speak. And I said 11:22 when he's saying 11:14 p.m. in terms of the wrap-up time. It could be really, really quick. And I don't know. I mean, just get us in the comments and let us know as well. I want to ask Anirudh that particular question that I asked the boys. Do you guys remember any 10-wicket wins that India have had in T20 internationals? Ani, if you can just tell us in the comments on the stats as well, it'll be good. And also, Akshay, just want to ask you, if there is a wicket now, would you send in Sanju to just get some time in the middle, or would you just not change anything? Because this game's won. Let's be fair.
I wouldn't look too much into it either way. So if they send, great. If they don't, also I'm fine with it. It's not like they should have sent now.
Yeah. By the way, is that something wrong with the six reader in terms of the meter count?
What did this say?
4 out of the 7 sixes today, or whatever's been hit, have set 69 meters. Is that like a?
This has barely crossed the boundary.
But it's just saying 69 meters all the time.
It could have been 69.
I mean, I'm not being sexual in any which way.
You don't have to.
It's just a coincidence. Before people, obviously, like our producer smiling,
you just
connect the
you
dots.
just put that idea into people's head.
WhatsApp to me was just demeaning in the afternoon. He was just like,
that WhatsApp you definitely can't put on the video, unlike the one that you did during the first.
My eyes in your eyes, bro, for sure. By the way, Odin Smith is back after conceding 16 his first over. Oh, and he concedes more. It's
Another 69 meter 6. Let's just hope it's another 69 meter 6.
Let's see. If it's 69 again, I'll just lose my mind. Oh, it's a sign for Akshay. Why? Because I asked you where were you when Kohli scored?
It's 65. It's 65. See, boundaries are short.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your prediction? How many overs India will take to complete this thing? 17, 16?
I hope the game's done in the next half hour. That's
half hour is like, I'm saying that's being modest. I'm thinking another 20 minutes. Boom. This over early, they should score like quite a bit.
Woo!
They want to know.
What are you on?
Sure.
Like, seriously, what are you on?
I literally want to be on. Last night I was having just a couple of small little pyar se patialas, as they say.
Who says? No one says.
Oh man, good kid.
He also doesn't say.
Oh, by the way, stats man, good that you interrupted me and saved me from this absolute shit show. India's only 10-wicket win in T20 internationals came against Zimbabwe in 2016. The same match.
Rahul's debut.
Where once 2 RCB men stitched 100 and 10.
Stitched.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. But yeah, essentially, I was just laughing at the conversation I had with Gurkirat earlier, but where were you that night? People want to know.
I have nothing to say, man.
Because Gurkirat, I don't know if you missed it. He said,
you don't have to.
I told him, one second. I told him basically, we always watch the watchalongs in mute. For example, even that India Pakistan in the MCG, I was watching in mute because I was doing the watchalong here. And then he said, you know what? Even I watched it in mute. And I said, one second, but you weren't with us at cricket. He was like, yeah, for other reasons. I was like, why would you watch it in mute? And then he was like, oh, I can't say it. And I was like, now I need to know. Now I need to know.
I didn't want to listen to the commentary. Period. That's it.
In such a great match.
Yeah. I didn't want to. Simple.
He's sweeping under the carpet. But look, Vasan Narayan, if you know, you know.
No one.
Oh, he's running without the bat. This is honestly brilliant.
What's Odion even doing in front, bro? Come back.
Bro, I mean, even if Odion just stays there or dances, it doesn't matter anymore. every time he just gets into that little boob jiggle, like, mazak chal raha hai, bhai. Bro, it's Saturday night. I'm worried about our viewership. Like, it's just
I know.
13 unlucky, lucky. I don't know whether that it's actually 13, and it's just been 13 stagnant.
Yeah.
I'm getting freaked out right now. But look,
So am I, but then I'll also give them the benefit of doubt because, like you've said, Saturday night, no one.
Saturday night,
And
anyway,
it's been
even
a
if,
fairly one-sided.
even if I just abuse for the next 3 seconds of my life, it's not going to make a difference in the Watchalong.
I'm doing this and saying that.
Like, I'll use the word fuck if I have to use the word fuck. Right?
That's still fine. Not this and you, whatever.
Just joking, guys. Just tongue in cheek. Oh, do the jiggle. Do the jiggle, Odin Smith. Has he done the jiggle?
He's reviewed it.
I don't know. That's gone. That's plumb in front unless he's hit it.
No, it's going down leg.
Hey, kahan se going down?
It's going down leg. I'm going to eat him.
No, I think at worst it should be umpire's call on stumps. At worst.
We use the branding for 50-50.
Let's just add on Nikhil as well. The guy's
Oh,
been
yeah.
beaten.
Yeah, Nikhil, just come on. Honestly, we'll get the party bigger here. 2 + 1 becomes 1 more, and that's 4. With regard to Nick's also on point. Sorry, I've just been all.
Oh, that's missing.
Oh,
It's
no,
missing.
that's
I told you it's
Hey,
missing.
bhai, ruk.
I
Can't be
told
missing.
it's 100% missing. You can see
It's 100% missing.
Dekh le.
Pakka bhai missing.
He's at the crease.
देख ले भाई देख
Umpire's
ले
call hoga.
देख ले भाई
Umpire's call impact pe ho jaye.
ओ देख
नहीं,
ले
नहीं,
भाई
I highly doubt.
come on prove me right again like how Jadeja is a better player than Akshar prove me right it's going down leg yes it's going down leg woo so what was that देख ले भाई what is that King song तू आके देख ले
क्या?
that's the song right
ऐसे ही है हाँ तू आके I'm not singing.
Cricket.
Bro, you started.
Sometimes when I'm alone in my car, I turn from Gurkirat Gill to Rabbi Shergill, but not on camera.
पता कौन है?
What does Paji think about India carrying Chahal for far too long? No leg spinner and any other team is just there to bowl defensively and also is a mug with a bat. Shadab, Hasranga, Adil, Rashid.
And
I like the name of I like the YouTube name. Please answer me.
Do you like the name or do you like the picture? Because the picture is also really random.
I can't see the picture anyway. It's too small. But no, see, Chahal isn't even.
Is that picture of some woman looking away in the opposite direction in a sari?
I don't know. I'm not interested.
क्यों?
Oh, it's a tattoo in a doll. Tattoo in a doll? Oh, shit, sorry. I can't even see that.
Avnish is done. He's
Bro,
done for the night.
this 13 is bothering me.
You know, this watch along. This watch along should be an evidence for Somesh to not have not have Avnish do the watch alongs on Saturday.
With you there. Because with you there,
मेरे नाम पे बिल फाड़ दो.
fire. You add the fuel to the fire all the time. Which is nuts.
Oh,
my word.
Short.
Smith is just being smoked like a doobie tonight. Honest to God, look at it. I mean, all over the park. I mean, we don't advertise any sort of thing like that.
Yeah, to be clear,
Just saying it with some joke.
nothing else.
Nothing
Just
malicious, but I basically use that analogy because Nick's and Gurki are chuckling as well to show you guys how bad this guy's been bowling, Odin Smith.
You could have
Why
said
is it
smoke like barbecue, smoke like anything else.
Yeah, you could say anything.
Like a cigarette,
But
like a cigar.
yeah, but like if you don't smoke a cigarette so badly, right? You smoke like other things really badly, and that's why he's getting smoked out. Let's not go there. Anyway,
I think Nikhil and I might be smoke virgins, so we don't know anything about it.
I mean, that's true. Essentially, we all are. I've never. The only thing.
Avnish is probably the most sober person in
I think the only thing I've smoked is like a chicken tikka last week in the oven. Nothing else.
Oh, I thought
So they managed to ship Ahmedabad pitch to the US, saying Chachant, who of course hates Shubman Gill. Who's going to outscore whom? You think Gill will have a higher score than Jaiswal?
I think Jaiswal will outscore Gill.
So far.
Nice.
Again,
Again, next, I want to ask you. You had lots of fun with Kuldeep, of course, as your pick in your fantasy team today. Did you have both these boys, Gill and Jaiswal? That's
I had
interesting.
no West Indies bowler.
Dude, like, who would you take from West Indies in your team today? Essentially, I mean, if you had
Hope,
Hetmeyer,
Hope. Yeah,
but Hope also came in for Charles, so you didn't know if he was playing,
fair.
which is also
You take Shea and hope for the best.
you take Shea and hope for the best. I agree
Wow.
with that indeed.
So
So yeah, by the way, keep your comments coming through in terms of the predictions. I know there's a small little glitch in terms of all the people watching. I thought there was just 13, hence I was just being an idiot, and I don't know how many people have seen whatever's just gone on. But look, as long as you had fun, as long as you guys have smiled.
Just one query though.
Yeah.
Tilak scored a 50, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's younger than Jaiswal.
But it was about openers.
Opener.
Yeah.
Opener. And that was Rohit basically in 2009.
Yeah, versus Ireland, I'm guessing it's the World Cup game, 2009 World Cup game, where Zahir took a
We
4
play
for.
Ireland there. So who was our group?
Ireland was there, Bangladesh was there, England was there.
West Indies?
When?
West Indies.
In 2009?
2009, our group was Afghanistan. 2009.
Afghanistan was 10.
2000, our group was Ireland and Bangladesh. And then in Super 8s, we had West Indies. We had
10, Paji. That's for sure.
So 2009, Ireland and Bangladesh were our group. Super 8 was West Indies, England, and South Africa in that order. 2010, our group was.
Yep.
Yeah, 2010, our group was Afghanistan and South Africa, with Suresh Raina getting that 100 versus South Africa. And then our Super 8 was Australia, West Indies, and Sri Lanka in that order.
Australia, where Shane Watson, the opening partnership, they took us apart 172 and we made 136.
Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah.
Oh
Rohit
my
Sharma again
God.
scored a 50 in that game.
I remember that. I haven't had
Ravindra Jadeja getting hit for 6 sixes.
At least someone's paying attention. But pay attention to my name and how it's spelled also, Sanjay. Brownie points to you. It's AVANISH, but it's fine.
Nah, that's at least fine. That's better than Avinash. He at least knows your name.
Look, it's a niche name. If you know. Okay, so 1 second. What's the prediction? We've gone for 11-22, 11-14. I want to see the West Indies bowlers in the economy rates, bro. That must just be ridiculous. Like everything's gone mad.
You can check it on the cricket.com app.
Check it on the cricket.com app, download it. Another reason why you should download it. By the way, if you guys generally are fans of fantasy cricket as well, don't just follow Nick's, but use our tool in terms of the FRC and the cricket.com app. Nick's, for example, who's a big fantasy expert himself, does check our fantasy cricket tool out. And it's pretty decent, dude. Like, I like the whole USP and the user-friendly nature of it. To be very honest, if you didn't work in cricket.com, I like the app. Why would you use it? I like it because of our pace in terms of speed. It's
shot wicket.
Might be gone.
6, just 6. Brilliant, Jaiswal.
You think he's eyeing the century?
I think he's no, but not enough runs.
22 of 28 is not entirely improbable.
It's not improbable.
If he scores a couple more sixes, then he needs just 12 of the remaining 18 runs again. Not
78 of 44 is quite ridiculous. By the way, football comment right now. Mayur Singh, thank God this is ending early so we can see Kane finally winning a title. Look, I don't know which Kane he's talking about. Harry Kane Williamson. Because Kane Williamson is not playing any cricket right now. Let me just be on the safe side. Harry Kane, he's not going to win a title tonight.
Why Tottenham is not?
No, he's left Tottenham. He's playing for Bayern Munich now. 120 million. Or maybe the Dutch Pokal Cup or one of those things, I'm guessing. But yeah, I mean, it'll be good to see Kane. Just to finish up this chat, if he wins a Ballon d'Or and the Champions League, it's worth it. Otherwise, he should have come to United all day long. But look, chat for another day. Jaiswal, 22 away. He's 78 of 44. I mean, again, it just goes back to that first thing I asked you guys during the test series. What is the most likable thing about Jaiswal? I'll start with Nix here. Nix, is this boy has the intent, he has the shot selection, he has the skill, he has the will. But what is the one thing that you like particularly about Yashasvi Jaiswal?
Clear plans versus different options thrown to him. So he knows if there is spin ball to him and where it is bowled, then he has the reverse sweep that to use to put the players, bowlers off their length. And it's the confidence and the practice, of course, which is why it's being executed that well. So I think that, he has. for nahi, do. Yeah.
Kept
So
it
I think
and
it's for me it's the options that he has ready for every kind of situation. He'll obviously be tested more going forward, but for now, whatever is thrown at him, he's found a way to deal with it better as the game progresses. So
yeah.
let's see how he goes.
Please answer me
He
saying
only
didn't
spoke
answer
about his
me.
username, I guess.
We'll answer that. Paji, really quickly, just to this Jaiswal thing,
Yeah.
clarity of thought.
So I
fully agree.
was. Yeah. Firstly, I don't think Chahal can bowl defensively or bowls defensively, and I've spoken about this enough that I don't know what are in.
Oh man! Oh man!
Yeah, and like I've spoken enough about this that I don't know what are India's plans with Yuzvendra Chahal in T20s. I mean, they will play him in bilaterals, but then drop him in World Cups. And yes, he doesn't really add anything with the bat or in the field. I genuinely thought that this series could have been the chance where India play enough of Bishnoi, but clearly there is something that we don't know or we don't see that they are sticking with Chahal. Maybe it's seniority, I don't know, but this series was the perfect opportunity to give Bishnoi a launch pad and keep persisting with him, because we've seen that amongst the three wrist spinners, he's someone who can give you a boundary or two in the last over if needed, and without a doubt better fielder than both of them, without a doubt. I mean, he's an outstanding fielder in comparison to both Kuldeep and Chahal.
Yeah, I think point summed up well there. And that's the one thing which goes against Chahal when you look at all these other names he's mentioned,
And
Akshay.
just
Or
to,
she.
just to close that, that's pretty much the only reason. The fact that he just can't hold the
Or field.
I can still somehow hide him.
Yeah, he
But-
can't hit the ball beyond the 30-yard circle.
Yeah,
Even-
exactly. That is why I'll never ever fault Hesson for thinking the way he did. Like, I know I shouldn't bring IPL or RCB talk. That's why when people say no, Hasranka isn't as good a bowler, agreed. Chahal was a fantastic bowler, but there's nothing, absolutely nothing with the bat. And the way T20s have evolved, you need to be able to add value in both departments, in at least two departments. You have to be multi-dimensional. Utility cricketers is becoming the buzzword, is becoming the name of the game.
So specialists.
There isn't. I mean, unless you are so good, which I don't think is the case with Chahal. He's fantastic.
So
but he's
name me a
not good
T20
enough.
specialist, whether they're really good with the bat or the ball or the field, who are just slid it in any
Maybe
team.
like Shaheen Afridi
But even he's improving himself with the bat.
with the bat. Exactly.
He's become very good with the bat.
Yeah. Coming in at 6 at PSL, 50 for 7, bails his team out. What?
See,
more do you-
even Bumrah's improved with the bat.
Agreed. Even Bumrah, the way
Even
he's
Bumrah's improved with the bat. And between Kuldeep and Chahal, when it comes to batting, Kuldeep can at least rotate strike. Like, Kuldeep can add value with the bat in an ODI or in a test. And in test matches, Kuldeep actually batted well in Bangladesh in that innings where he got a 40 odd. And there was this ODI versus Sri Lanka where in the end he stitched a small partnership with KL Rahul, where India had to sort of chase some 220 odd. They were in a spot of bother. But with Chahal, absolutely nothing. I mean, Chahal might just be even worse than Siraj with the bat, and that's saying something.
Martin.
As a batter.
Yeah, of course. Wow.
Chahal.
What? Sorry?
The walking wicket.
Chahal or Chris Martin? Who's the better batter?
Actually, Chris Martin, not the New Zealand cricketer. Chris Martin, the singer from Cold, plays better batter, I'm sure.
Wait, I was actually trying to think that was Chris Martin though, right?
Yeah.
The
100%.
Kiwi bowler was also Chris Martin.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, with the huge pads.
Huge
Yeah.
pads.
So I think India can excuse not having Chahal, but not RCB. But yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Chris Gayle is the best example of what?
Oh, yeah.
Jagdish?
Specialist.
Yeah.
Fair point. Puran, maybe in current this thing.
But
Okay.
he also keeps. So there are two disciplines.
Fair.
And you
Naraj-
could
I
say
think it is kind of overrated though. I mean, in terms of just wanting things for the sake of it. Now, if you have a Bumrah's improved now, Siraj is probably going to improve. I don't think I'll hold not having contributing with the bat against Chahal. To me, his primary requirement today still is we take wickets and in clusters.
But
So if
Exactly.
he takes wickets, you can keep him in the squad and rotate him and play him when the need arises. So I don't think, like, let's say for example, if you have 2 3 guys who can both spin, but maybe Chahal is the best leg spinner.
Yeah.
Do you want to go and tell Chahal, we know you can't bat? So does it mean that he has no career? So my point is, you'll have to adjust him somewhere. But again, it's the part of the system that you will have to either evolve with it or keep taking wickets so that people can afford to play you only as a bowler, even if it's at number 11.
If you are good enough,
Yeah,
with
his
your primary
primary
skill,
trade and his primary
yeah.
trade right
Yeah.
now is being questioned, and hence
Exactly.
that's why
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I think the focus has to be first on the wickets, and
Yeah.
then you go to the option that he can give with the bat.
Yeah,
Agreed, I completely
and
agree
even
with
something
that.
that Anirudh has just mentioned in the comments right now. Valid point. Fully.
Sure.
Oh my
Hey!
word! He's hit that out of the stadium with
Ooh,
absolute
wow,
ease.
that's
There's an
Daman had
Indian
a bad
uncle.
fall.
Ooh, there's an Indian uncle there who's trying to catch it.
But
And
he
he's
was nowhere
absolutely
close
gonna
to the
tumble.
ball. The ball was a good 10 meters
Oh
beyond
my
him.
word! And with that
I hope
6
he's
and
fine.
Jaiswal's getting to 100.
Yeah.
Neither will Gill,
Number
but
69.
I mean, yeah, now it just couldn't be. Otherwise, it would just be ridiculous. Chris Barton has the most number of duck in tests, if memory serves right,
Yep.
for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
bhai, arey yaar, that sounds, that looks
Nearly,
painful.
nearly.
Let's hope no one's hurt themselves.
So Gill also kind of just wanted to get on with it right now. And by the way,
11:22 is still a good
it's
shout.
11:11, so make a wish if you guys believe in that. All of that superstition.
Whoops.
And tell us exact time. But the time's run up because the competition was under the 14 or 15 over mark. So no prize for guessing. Just to wrap up that chat where we're having about players being specialists. Even Malinga, when you look at it, right?
True.
Because he was doing his job, 3 for 19 day in, day out.
Exactly.
Sunil Narayan, 3 for 14, doing his job. If they give you something extra, great, sure. Like even right now, if Rashid Khan isn't the batter that he is today, people will still play him regardless because he's such a danger with the ball.
Oh, be,
Oh my word, he's worked it away, but he's found the fielder. So no doubt won't happen for Gurkirat Gill.
अरे भाई
I wanted to catch him off, bro. He was on.
मुझे लगा आप थोड़ा कुछ ज्यादा ही
No,
खा
no,
लिए.
Shubman Ali, bro. Shubman Ali. So 77 to 47. Unfortunately, there wouldn't be stat padding.
Hardik Pandya now coming
Please
in. finishing
don't.
Runs.
Please don't. At least Sanju Samson fans can kuch bhi. Give him
Yeah.
some special.
At least what this game has ensured is tomorrow's watchalong won't be uneventful.
Thank
It'll be
God.
great fun. You'll see Avnish,
And you.
of course.
Are you
I
with
was
that?
I was trying to come up with something, but not. Okay, all right. Pranav Anand says Jaiswal in 94. India needs 6. Gill finishing things off with the 6 will be great for X. Find X. In fact, better thing will be Pandya coming in and hitting a 6. That's what I feel. I'm not sure.
Tilak
what is-
Verma has come. Tilak Verma has come. Relax.
Arey bhai.
Nick, you wanted to say something else? Sorry.
No, I was there saying the same thing, that I'm glad that Gill has got a score. But again,
he
the caveats are going to be out that it is a batting wicket and all of that. But I don't think you can control that. But I think there is still, I don't think anybody will say that the problems or the doubts are off. So when the conditions have been good for batting, he has done well. So the challenge will remain that whenever they are not as good as this, he will have to score consistently to be in that reckoning.
On
this
that
is-
debate, on that discussion though, what I've found slightly surprising was how or why Gill struggled in the sluggish pitches on this tour, especially in the white ball series. Because if you look at it, when the IPL was happening in Sharjah in 2021, and the pitches were gripping and sluggish, he was becoming the batter to watch out for. He was becoming someone who could still score runs at a strike rate of 130 plus, and that showed you that he had the skill. So you would expect that if he could do that in 20 or 21 on pitches like that, he should be able to succeed on the pitches that were on offer in the first 3 T20s and the ODIs. So yeah, it's I don't know if it's really a skill issue or it's just been a form issue. I'm just talking from a point of view of batting on sluggish or slower pitches. When it comes to playing swing, yes, there is a serious problem with the ball coming in. But with the sluggish pitches, I'm really not sure if it's a skill issue or if it was just a form issue.
No, and that's food for thought. But good observations there. Even that IPL 2021, like you mentioned, Gukirat, you really genuinely felt at that point in time Gill had the skills to be equipped on these kind of surfaces. Maybe it's just a form thing. Meanwhile, Sachin going back
And
up.
this is one thing that Somesh, had brought up a few times on our watch-alongs, was that Gill's 50 versus SRH. I think it was in Abu Dhabi. I'm not sure if it was 2020 or 2021. Might have been 2020, where he played Rush. That innings probably is probably the highest run scored in a T20 game, or with when he had 100% control, and he played Rashid very comfortably.
Former Jaiswal wants to finish in this over, boys. And you know what? In that point that Gukirat's mentioning, our stats man has thrown in another gem over there. And Satyam, we really appreciate this comment. I agree with you. Let's just go back to that stat that Anil put up, because what he went on to say is that not this one, the opening stand that India just witnessed between Jaiswal and Gill is the joint highest opening partnership and the joint second highest partnership overall for India. My question to you guys is, what is the highest partnership overall for India in T20 internationals? Because we'll have the answer soon, but till the answer is shared, do you guys want to guess?
Pretty sure it's. I mean, because I remember vaguely the numbers that he put up. Anirudh had put up now earlier stat 140. Kohli and Rahul.
140, but that exceeded that.
No, that was
Exceeded that.
I think
Overall
Yeah,
partnership
yeah,
in
yeah,
T20
sorry.
internationals, who has it?
Interesting.
You guys want to guess? I think I might know the answer, but I might be wrong.
Yes.
The Ireland T20?
Yeah, even I was going to go for Ireland T20.
Deepak Hooda.
Deepak Hooda's thing.
No. That is मैं रोहित धवन बोल रहा हूँ.
Oh, you're talking about the other Ireland T20.
Last one, before the last World Cup.
No, we're not talking about opening partnerships.
We're just talking about general highest partnership with India in a T20 international.
This is the highest opening partnership.
This is the joint highest opening partnership.
Fair. But
So,
joint
Ani,
second.
can you just spill the answers, because
Which
we're
one
all
were you
trying to.
thinking of?
I was actually thinking of quite a few.
Did the
Oh,
one
so
where we-
it is the
it is
Hooda
Ireland
Samson.
T20. It is the Hooda one.
Is it that one?
Hooda Samson.
It is.
Oh, it is.
I mean, that's what they're saying. I don't know. Even
Kudos.
I thought.
I mean, Anirudh, are you going to just sit quiet in the comments or just tell us that now? Because we're all up. Anirudh's like, yeah.
Anirudh only. So we got that confirmation from Anirudh only, but yeah, it is that one.
It is that.
Interesting.
For sure, because normally I was thinking about even Reina when he got that 101 against
South Africa.
He had wickets falling around
Yeah.
quite a bit. But yeah, 8 to win for India to make it 2-2, guys. And Jaiswal wants to finish it.
No, outside leg, sorry.
And this over, he has 4 balls left. So highest partnership for India in T20s. It's there. Hooda Samson 176, like Nick said, against Ireland last year. Rahul and Rohit, the 165 they eked out against Sri Lanka in 2017. I think Rohit got a 45 ball ton in that same game.
Oh, this is that game, all right.
That game.
Yeah.
Jaiswal Gill 165 against West Indies, which is today. And then, of course, Dhawan Rohit, the other Ireland game that he said. And not Speed Pro getting it.
Congrats.
Getting it right indeed. So 84 or 83. Sorry. Yeah, next.
That's I'm guessing India will probably for the first time go unchanged 3 games in a row.
Oh, interesting. 3 T20Is.
That is true.
I don't think it's happened in the recent times.
Yeah, I don't think.
As recent times, so for sure. Pehle bhi hua nahi, because he used to play only 1-1 T20. Na?
That's also true. Bad captaincy from Pandya saying Ankur Agarwal after West Indies being 57 for 4, removing Kuldeep and bringing him on, conceding 179 from 57 for 4. I mean, yeah, people are nitpick, but he has a point there. He says
but I think it is a 4. It is a 4. Good. So I think that the challenge there is, see, at 57 for 4, that something I shared in the comment as well. Then that if you get the best bowler on, you saw how Hetmar played out Kuldeep. So effectively, then you don't want to effectively waste an over of your key guy when you know the opposition is not going to look to attack them. But instead, if you get somebody else, it could be Hardik, it could be Mukesh, it could be anyone. So then you bring other bowlers into the game as well. And And at that point of time, India had bowled out most of their spin options. Like Chahal had bowled 2, Aksar had bowled 3. So you need to rotate and get the paces in the game too.
Yeah, I mean,
And
he had to
in
use-
credit should also be given to Hope and Hetmeyer. They actually
Yeah.
batted. Hope
batted
was, when Hetmeyer was taking his time, Hope was finding the odd boundary, and even though they were 57 for 4, they were 79 for 4 at the end of 10 over mark. So
Yeah.
with their batting depth, it was always on the cards that they could still reach 170 plus. So
So we have great breaking news. It seems that in CPL, if you have slow over rate, fielding teams will lose a player in the ground if they are behind by over rate at the start of the last over.
Oh my God, the
wow.
CPL just got interesting.
Nice.
And the Monday Night Live show, we'll talk about that. So that's a good little breaking just
Yeah.
before we wrap up in this watch along, because India have done it almost. I say almost because 177 for 1, 3 overs to spare. They need
It's
2 more to win.
11-20 and
And right now it's
those
11.
I said 11:22, by the way.
I said
It was 10:52. It was 10:52, and I said in the next half hour.
I said 11.
okay.
That's if it happens now.
Yeah. But it's the end of the over, so it'll take time.
Oh my God, that's just sad.
Yeah.
That's honestly sad.
Yeah. Avnish said 11:22 if I'm not wrong.
Oh my God, that was just spot on.
Oh, Jagmeet's also said 11:22.
Oh my God, okay, man.
Oh,
my
Jagmeet
God.
twice in 2 games. Let's see if he's
Good stuff. And India coming back in the series. They went 2-0 down, but they're back 2-2. And then, of course, it could be a 3-2. We'll be here to bring it for you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 8 p.m. Watchalong starts. And I think the winning runs will be hit by Tilak Varma, I'm guessing.
yeah, I have a feeling single lega. Arey
why
bhai.
So what? He doesn't have to hit it winning run. And 4, it goes for 4 overthrows as well.
No,
It
I
goes
don't
for 4.
think.
No. It will not go to 4. The runs were completed before it went to 4.
So it won't be counted as a 4.
By 15 seconds. क्या बोलते हो? Like इतना leeway दे सकते हैं? 15
Ridiculous.
seconds.
यार मेरा आज बहुत ज्यादा दो क्लोज हो गया. I said 177, they ended up with 178. I said 11:22,
11-21.
11:21.
Sad
How,
one,
yeah.
but well
वैसे
done.
they've
there.
still
Well
not,
done,
वैसे
India.
they've still not gone off the field yet.
No, that's true. By the way,
Huh?
all you guys, I noticed that the likes of this video have just been like about 26, 27.
Yeah,
and the
please make
30,
sure.
35 of you guys watching. So please just like this video.
Yeah,
It'll
we
propel
want
the
the count to
algorithm.
go to 50.
And
please,
imagine
please.
all the people who've been partying this Saturday. They'll want to wake up in the morning and watch it on Sunday
Exactly.
and rewind and fast forward to the best bits as well. So the like helps the algorithm propel it. And you guys have been liking all our content. We really appreciate it. And look, India won by 9 wickets. They've given us a relatively early-ish end, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And
Even
all of
though-
you would want to know why the hell is Avnish doing all those jiggles and all of that. So please, yeah, exactly. How else? Where else would you get this content? So please,
Essentially, look, I'm just on a sporting high this weekend because football resumes. The West Indies India series gets over, and I'm looking towards a new chapter in terms of cricket.com and content. But enough of my fluff. Nix, Gurkirat, you guys have been legends yet again on this Saturday night. Thank you so much for dedicating your time. Gurkirat, we'll miss you in the show tomorrow, but do have a good Sunday. And Nix, we'll see you tomorrow, and I will see Akshay as well. It's been thoroughly entertaining with the snacks, with the pranks,
yeah.
I'm trying to look at what else we can show around them, but truly been a fantastic show. And the New Jersey as well. I know you guys have called it shit. Some people's treasure is considered some others trash. I mean, you guys know how it works. Enough of my fluff. Like I said, time to end proceedings on this watch along. You guys have been all legends in the comments as well. And a shout out to my whole team, Shaunak, Ritesh, and all the guys who come to Saturday night off. It's not easy, but look, this is what we do in cricket.com. So give us some love. And Akshay, final words with you.
Nothing much. Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in tomorrow and of course the day after as well. Monday Night Live, watch along. A lot of exciting stuff coming your way. Make sure you've hit the like button. We're looking to what we're aiming for 50 at least by the end of this live. So make sure you've done that. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. Cheers. See you.